Yo, what is up, you guys? I'm DeAndre.
I'm Javante. Oh, it's like Dre and Jay style.
Yeah, and this is Dre and Jay, CBM Talk. We got our guests, Alec and Ken. We're doing this CBM here at Sour Kids Production Studios.
Got these haters in the building.
Here to talk about some of the latest news in the comic book, Star Wars, fan fiction, entertainment industry. It was kind of like the writer's strike. We've been out of it for a little bit. If there's
you gotta support them, right? You gotta support them. Yeah,
you gotta support them. But also, if there's no news coming from there, and there ain't no news coming from us as well.
No trailer drops. No.
Yeah. So see what you guys did. You put us all out of business, including us. But we're back. I'm trying to think. Latest news, man. I know we had Ahsoka drop. We talked about that before the show. I don't know if Kenneth wants to get into that again.
I let all my hate out already. But if we want to get back into it, I'm ready.
So,
no, I liked it though. Overall, I thought it's up there as far as my favorite Star Wars shows. There's not that many that are good. Mando up to season 2 is amazing. So I would say Ahsoka's right there. That's to that.
Star Wars show?
Those first 2 seasons of Mando, yes.
Yeah.
Oh, well, actually, I might put Andor. Maybe Andor right there with it.
You say Andor is under Ahsoka?
No, it's like right with Ahsoka.
With Ahsoka?
Yeah.
No.
uh-oh.
How?
The snowball has started rolling.
Dave Filoni.
I mean, look,
guy.
Okay, so for you, because again, like you got to have the explanation as far as like, like Dave has to explain all this within the show.
That's good writing.
Yes, but for see, I would never notice it because as a person who's watched Rebels, I never really needed it.
See.
It's like I don't ever look at that.
So
part.
you're saying Rebels has bad writing too?
Huh?
You're saying Rebels has bad writing?
No,
too?
Rebels has great writing.
Don't get him started, bro. Go on, get that's saying that. Go ahead and get at him, bro. He gonna talk about that Rebels. He gonna try to say, Rebels this, Rebels that, bro. We talking about Ahsoka.
So
it's a movie, live action.
So you're saying the jail episode of Andor is comparable to like anything? I feel like that watches anything that was on the Ahsoka show.
I think
Yes. However, I will say Ahsoka, I was much more entertained by it. Just because there was a lot more substance going on,
I think it's just at the end of the day, it's just about preference. Like I think
It's not.
Hey, you know why he's saying it?
Hold on,
That's Obi-Wan fan over there. You know why he's
yeah.
saying it. You
I
know
don't
why he's
even like the
saying
show like that.
You know why
I
he's saying
explained to you the
preference.
flaws of Obi-Wan. I know there are flaws.
The problem is, and this is what I was saying earlier, guys. The problem is, like, I don't want to have to watch something else to be explained on a show that I'm watching. Because I watched Rebels too, but I'm trying to look at it from a point of view of somebody who. A lot of people are just their first time watching, like
Preach,
Ahsoka,
brother. Preach.
Are learning that that's the apprentice of Anakin Skywalker. Like all this stuff was not explained at all to like a general fan that just watched the live action.
Mhm.
Preach.
So if that's the case, then it can't be a good show to me. It didn't even end on plot lines. It was just open ending on everything that was there. The only thing that was wrapped up was Thrawn.
Tap him out. Tap out DeAndre.
No, I feel like Thrawn, what do you mean wrapped up? Because I feel like now it's kind of like opens into like what is his next plan. They showed Dathomir at the end. They're going back to Dathomir. I don't know what they're gonna do over there. What exactly did it not like explain to you? I'm curious.
Let's see. What's his name? The B guy.
Balin Skull.
Balin Skull.
Right.
Like his whole thing was the mysterious part of his character. What's he planning? What's he's leading up
What's
to?
he looking for?
Something's guiding me somewhere. And it guided to the end of the episode that led to nothing.
With the Mortis God statue. Right.
Okay, but from a general, I'm gonna come back to it. From a general perspective, they did not say Mortis God one time in the show. We know it's the Mortis gods. A general fan does not know that.
Exactly, bro. He don't. That brother preaching.
It's just
preaching.
it's a lot of fan service, and that's what Star Wars is turning into.
Well, and I think to me it's more about like if you like a generic TV show, right? Like if it's a standalone show, it's easier to get involved in that because it doesn't tie into anything. There's nothing to watch beforehand. But like Star Wars, it's been established since the 70s. It's been around forever. It spans like 3 generations. And, with the prequels ending, that was kind of like the original, that was the end of Star Wars. But then they made more content and grew with it. Everything gets intertwined and connected. Where something like Suits is popular right now, right? Suits doesn't take a lot of. There's no Suits universe yet, at least. It's easy to get into it, and like the show and get involved.
Great show.
Because it's a standalone show. It's its own thing. But with Star Wars, there's history, there's connecting stuff. It sounds lazy to say at the end of the day, you got to know. But if it's something you really like and you want to get into it, well, there's so much content.
But that's not...
Because it's all been established.
That's the thing. Like, I feel like if you want to really enjoy something, like, I mean, sure, like, again, it's... For the sake of,
because I get what Ken's saying.
Yeah. Like, you want to include all that to make it for everybody, like to make it a great all around project for every fan or every person that's watching it to have a equal experience to enjoy it. I just don't. I think nowadays it's hard to do that where everybody has an equal experience enjoying something. I feel like if you want to heighten that experience, I mean, of course you have the comics, you have the book. You could read the Thrawn books if you want to learn more, be more invested in Thrawn's character. You can watch the series, just like the Clone Wars, just like the prequels and whatnot. Like, a lot of people like it more when they watch the Clone Wars series. It heightens that experience.
But those should be things, not to cut you off, those should be things that add to my experience, not that are necessary for me to enjoy my experience. Clone Wars, the show, is a great add-on to make me love the Clone Wars more and get more detail and more knowledge about the Clone Wars, but I don't need to watch that show to be able to watch Clone Wars and be able to see what the hell's going on or go into Revenge of the Sith.
And that's the thing, like that. But that's the key word that you just said. You said heighten the experience. Mm-hmm. If the experience that you're going into is not fully explained, then how can it from like a normal person it's not even the experience in that point, because you're just confused. Mm-hmm. So it can't be heightened. You're going to actually learn what the character is by reading the books.
Okay, so
you have nothing from what's in front of you.
It's all counter to that point with this. Look at the show Kenobi, right? I think what Kenobi lacks in is that lack of connection from like everything about Star Wars, like Kenobi, right? Like there wasn't enough of prequel stuff. There wasn't enough of references to the prequels or to what Obi-Wan had been through in the past, right? Mm-hmm. That's kind of where Obi-Wan lacked in, was that there wasn't that heightened experience for the fans. Sure, you had the big finale where he cuts Vader's face, but besides that, the show was kind of lackluster. There was no explosion.
The show's lackluster, not just because of like
and there were other problems, but that was a big problem.
My biggest thing with most shows like we talk about, like especially Kenobi, was the story. The story just wasn't adding up. I didn't care for this long trip of this girl and Leia and Obi-Wan go on this journey. I didn't care for that. I was looking for Obi-Wan's story, and you're giving this Leia, which I'm thinking probably for an episode or two, and this ends up becoming the whole story. The story just wasn't written out well. If you write out a good story, then that changes everything with that Kenobi show. We talked about that off the air with the Ben Kenobi, like, oh, nobody explain why we're calling him Ben Kenobi, stuff like that. Mm. Those are two different things. I get what you're trying to say with that, though, when you're coming to that point. But I think at the end of the day, what's being said is like, hey, these cartoons, all this stuff, the comics, books, all that stuff should be stuff to make me gain more knowledge so where I can watch and say, oh, I know that because I read the book. But it shouldn't take away from the next person next to me who doesn't watch those things and be able to say, I don't know what the hell's going on. Because if you do that, then you take away your general audience and you have a core fan base that loves this stuff for sure. But you don't do $1 billion without having the general audience who can just go enjoy a live action Star Wars movie. Because not everybody watches cartoons. Not everybody likes animation. Mm-hmm. So you got to take that into consideration.
And that's what old Star Wars used to do better. Old Star Wars, we would watch the movies, and that's like a condensed story, and then like the other comics would expand on it. But when you talk to another fan, they don't feel left out. You can just have a normal conversation with them and still be on the same page. But now it's like everybody's on a different page. It's like versus this versus that.
I think it was a lot simpler back then just because of the different facets of media, because when you had the original trilogy and when you have the prequel trilogy, all you had was probably books that were out that just came out. Now you have all these other avenues of media where you have series, you have shows,
I got
other spin-off movies and everything else. So, I
got a counter.
What?
Go back to George Lucas' Star Wars prequels. Mm-hmm. They did the Clone Wars series. Two like short little films. 2 short films. Remember the Clone Wars series? They introduced General Grievous.
Oh, you're talking about the Cartoon Network.
That came out during the 03.
Yeah.
Right between Clone Wars and Revenge of the Sith. Mm-hmm. They're cool because they give you more knowledge of the Clone Wars, but they're not necessary to go watch Revenge of the Sith. So they were doing stuff like that. They just didn't make it a key thing like, oh, you have to go watch this to be able to know this.
Well, also with that, I think the Gennady Tarkovsky's, whatever, how you ever pronounce his name. He's a goat though. Samurai Jack, all of his shows been fire. But when he made that, I don't know if it was ever considered like, okay, this is absolutely canon.
It was canon because General Grievous is introduced. That's how he loses his lungs and everything. That's why he all breathes all weird. That's all canon.
Because I'm saying, but when you watched Revenge of the Sith, you considered everything that happened canon.
Yes, that's how I mentioned. That's how we got General Grievous. That's how Emperor Palpatine was kidnapped. How we knew Emperor Palpatine was they kidnapped Palpatine because in that show they showed General Grievous kidnapping him, and also why Mace Windu crushed his lungs, why he always had that coughing issue. Right. Because at first he doesn't cough like that. So that stuff is canon to those movies, to that next movie. But now, essential to know the movie? No, you can go to that movie not knowing that stuff and still watch it.
And then also like the Clone Wars animated, the later one wiped out that because at the end of the Clone Wars show, the first one, Anakin's fixing up his ship, and then they get the call that like, Palpatine's been kidnapped.
Yeah. They basically redid.
Yeah, they redid it all.
But the thing is, like, even going back to the old one we were just talking about with the old Clone Wars series, they cut off a lot of loose ends in that series. The only thing that they left off was with General Grievous, his lungs being crushed.
Even Anakin killing Ventress. In that series right there, because he shows his dark side when he does kill her. And that's the first time you see that darkness and that rage in Anakin. You also see the growth in character with him and Obi-Wan Kenobi from being a Padawan to going to get his braid cut off and becoming a young Jedi.
I feel like we're arguing like something that's more of a modern argument, because I think back then, like, if something came out, then you would just know it's canon, right?
Yeah.
But now it's like these days, something comes out and you're like, is that canon? Is that canon?
Yeah.
Because there's so many like different things relating to it. Yeah, I get it.
I'm not knocking your view on it though. I just think like even when I look at Marvel, something I'm real big into, like Marvel, like the Marvel stuff. The shows, sure, you need to watch them to be able to know what the next movie is, but they've established like, hey, all the live action stuff, like the What If series. It's like, oh, if I watched it, I got to see Captain Britain. That's when I knew when Doctor Strange, Multiverse of Madness. Oh, Captain Britain, I seen her already. You know what I mean? Like stuff like that. It's like, oh, okay, cool. But like, it wasn't like, oh, I had to go watch this stuff to know what's going on.
Captain Britain.
What's your name?
Captain Carter.
Oh, I call it Captain Britain. The shield. It's the shield I looked at. Captain Carter. My bad. Captain Carter. I was like, oh, that's from What If. I saw her in What If become.
But was that the same version from What If?
Doesn't matter. But I saw that character before, so it's like, oh, okay, I try to see this if I've seen it. But she's also the Illuminati. She works for the Illuminati, so it could be the same version. I don't know. But what I'm saying is that's like that's a bonus for me if I watch What If. I saw that. It doesn't need to be something that I had to go do. So like they've done a good job with that, except for the live action shows, but that leads into their movies. So Marvel's done a great job of making what media you need to watch to go watch their films.
Well, I mean, you could say they confused.
Star Wars, you feel like it go everywhere.
Well, you could say they confused their audiences a little bit, because I remember when the first Doctor Strange trailer came out and you saw the evil Doctor Strange at the end. We all thought that was the What If Doctor Strange, and then when it turns out when we watched the movie, it ain't. We're all disappointed.
Yeah.
So
because we watched it, but it was like, oh, okay, but it doesn't take away from the viewership for somebody else who doesn't watch that.
But that's what I'm saying. So it's not, for some people, it ruins the experience or it heightens it. Some people,
they never told you that was. They never told you that was that though. We assumed it was.
You expected
we assumed it was, yeah. But it was told like, oh, this is what we should be expecting.
Because they clickbaited.
Yeah. Basically. We was like, okay, but I still enjoy that What If series. I can still go watch Doctor Strange and say, okay, I enjoy the movie for what it is. You know what I'm saying? Star Wars, I feel like they've kind of been in murky waters where they want to push out these new comic books. So they want you to watch that. They want you to read that. They want to push out this new show, this new cartoon. Like they're trying to push a lot of things out there to keep you in different lanes. And it's like, unless you're watching Star Wars theory, or you're really like a Star Wars head, like a Star Wars theory. If you're just a mainstream, I watch Star Wars, I love Star Wars, I love the live action stuff, you're kind of gonna be lost with what's going on. Even if you like live shows.
Yeah.
And that's why I was saying off camera, Star Wars is more of a cult now than it was before, because you can't really enjoy it if you're not like a Star Wars theory.
Even a good example though, Mandalorian did a good job explaining the Mandalores. If you didn't watch the Clone Wars and you didn't know what Mandalore was and all that stuff, I think Mandalorian did a good job in the first 2 seasons explaining what Mandalore was, what Mandalorians are, what they believe in, how they move. They did a good job explaining that for somebody who doesn't watch Mandalorian, the Clone Wars.
Yeah, and they took their time with doing that.
You agree, Jennifer? You watched Mandalorian, but you didn't watch Clone Wars. I tried to get her to watch it.
Javonte's girlfriend Jennifer is off camera.
Oh yeah, she's here too. But she doesn't watch. She's perfect because she doesn't watch Clone Wars. I tried to get her to watch it. She says it's too long. She's not watching it. But she watched Mandalorian and loves Mandalorian. Do you agree? You got a good understanding of the story? Think you a little louder for the camera next time. Yeah, you gotta get a little louder. They think I'm holding you hostage here, make you say that. But you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, so I think they did a good job. You know what I mean? Overall with that.
Yeah, that's fair. So on a scale of like 1 to 10, how excited are y'all for any future projects coming up, or specifically the Heir to the Empire movie, since that's after Ahsoka apparently?
Well, I was excited
Uh-huh.
until like Ahsoka. I mean, to be honest, like I don't know what direction they're going with. Like how long is the movie going to be? 5 hours? Like Lord of
Nah,
the
I
Rings
can't.
type? Like if it's going to be like a 2-hour movie, like an hour and a half or something, it's not going to really wrap up enough plot lines that Ahsoka built up.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I mean, to the point Javante Kenneth mentioned off camera, like I think we all thought initially it was the Ahsoka series, and then that will lead into the
Live
Thrawn,
action,
the Filoni's movie where it wraps up the Mandalorian, Boba Fett, and Ahsoka with
Mhm.
Thrawn. But now with Ahsoka, the way it ended, you kind of left so many questions open. It's like, how are you gonna play? How are you gonna fit all this into a 2.5 hour movie? And at the same time, because Star Wars has this problem to where, you know, we've talked about it before, they've crammed so much stuff within the Skywalker saga.
Yeah.
There's just so many plot holes you can't
You're barely having room to work.
yeah, you
around,
can't.
yeah.
There's no wiggle room with whatever you do with these projects when they're in between in the movies and shows. So it's gonna be interesting to see how they make all that work, because I don't think they necessarily have planned a second season of Ahsoka, but with the feedback it's gotten,
Mhm.
they might just think, well, hey,
Well, because there's going to be a lot of things that like you're gonna have to think about when you're making this movie, is because you're having Ahsoka and Sabine. They're trapped in that galaxy, having to get them out. Like, will you wrap that up within the first 10 minutes of the movie and then just make it like, oh, that's such an easy resolution? You also got to include them, Hera and Ezra, them reuniting. You got to include Thrawn, because, you know, he's going to take up half the movie with his inspiration, his motivation. Kind of like how Infinity War was with Thanos and following up on him throughout the movie. You're going to have to include Mando. How does Mando, Bo-Katan, all them, how do they get involved and wrapped up in this mess? And you're trying to explain that in less than 3 hours.
Mm-hmm.
and you got to have some kind of, I would say, some kind of Luke Skywalker in this movie.
Yeah.
If you talk about defeating the last threat of the Empire, I would imagine he had to be involved in that.
Here, Lucasfilm, I'm gonna help you all out.
The thing is like, it's also because like they only said that it was an heir to the Empire movie. They didn't say it was an heir to the Empire trilogy. So if it was that, I would be like, okay, makes more sense. But
let me help you out, Star Wars. Let me help you out, Lucasfilm. Kathleen Kennedy, I need my check in the mail. I'll send you the I'll put the address down below. This is how I would do it based off what you're saying. I would drop, because you have Disney Plus. I would do sometime like, would you get like, what, I'm trying to think what the last time I saw a movie do it. Maybe like okay, remember Too Fast, Too Furious, how they had like a little interlude that goes before the movie, or prelude that goes before the movie, but we didn't see it till bonus credits where you see how Paul Walker got from LA to Miami.
right.
You could drop a little 20-minute segment on Disney Plus a week before the release or a couple days before the release to watch that'll explain those things that you're talking about, how they got here and here, and get us to a point where we're like, okay, this is where our story's going to pick up at when you go see this movie.
But then we're doing what we literally just said not to do, which was to explain it in the next movie. You're going to have to go back and watch another series.
Yeah, because what if,
No, I'm not saying serious.
Or, you know, another little short segment what if people don't know about it and they just go and watch the movie?
or what if people who don't have Disney Plus?
Well, the main problem with that is then. Here's my question: was this movie supposed to be like a in theater movie, or was it supposed to be like a on?
These are live action.
It's supposed to be in
They have
theater.
3 movies planned for live. Why they're not doing Star Wars
They're
Celebration
doing
next
the
year?
Rey trilogy, or they're going to start off with the Rey trilogy. They're doing the James Mangold, which is like the early
They're back in
tale,
the day, which
first
I'm excited
ever
for. I'm
Jedi.
excited for that one.
And then you're doing Dave Filoni's Heir to the Empire movie.
These are all going live action. They're going back to theaters again.
See, now I feel like they attacked this the wrong way. Then, if that was their plan, to like have this
I agree.
go to the movie.
Because I mean, they've always told the story in the format of a trilogy. You know, you release 3 at a time, then it's about these characters, and this is how we get here.
We if you want to drop multiple. Probably, I think the execution of like this show was done bad because you didn't set up a lot to where you have too much on your plate now. Not enough time to clean it up. Especially, let's not forget, not doing Star Wars Celebration next year. So that means you didn't have plans for anything coming out because you're getting ready for 2025, that big year where you're like, we have live action movies coming. So now we're like, if you're telling me you're making Ahsoka 2, a season 2, I feel like that's just a forced way of putting something together, and that could be crap. And if it is crap, then now you lead to your movie, which could be like looked at like, oh man, I like that Ahsoka season 2. Kind of like look at Mando. You know what I mean? So I don't know. I think I agree with you. I think they're in a weird situation with the whole setup.
Here's a question: Should the question be, does Star Wars even believe in Ahsoka? Because like diehard fans, like you know, general fans, like I feel like you could get general fans to like go to the movie theater if you tell them this is Anakin Skywalker's apprentice.
Right.
Just based off of that fact,
Yeah.
you could push trailers out about that. the fact that it came straight to streaming like a TV show and then wasn't like a a first introduction movie with Thrawn and all this stuff in it. I feel like
Well, I think that's because Star Wars is scared after Solo. What happened with Solo?
And Solo's a pretty good movie. I enjoyed kind of Solo too, though.
Was it the Last
after
Jedi?
It was after
Or,
It was
the-
after Last Jedi.
Last
Last
Jedi.
Jedi when that bombed so
we
bad.
boycotted it.
People
I
were like, "I'm
boycotted
not
it.
gonna watch Solo," and,
Facts.
and Han Solo's a legacy character,
It's not
right?
a bad movie.
And that's why they reverted Obi-Wan from a movie to a show because they didn't want the box office to reflect and bomb it.
Yeah.
So the same thing with Ahsoka. This is a legacy character essentially now, and we're going to make it instead of a movie, we'll make it a show.
Which I
And
felt
then-
bad because I actually liked Alden Ehrenreich as Han Solo.
Solo's a fun movie.
And now
it's a fun movie.
I will say I'm glad people are now, giving Alden Ehrenreich some praise as an actor, in Oppenheimer, which
Yep.
amazing film.
But we're also getting that Lando
You
scene.
seen it, Kenneth?
I'm seeing it.
God, man.
It's a great
I'm so
movie.
behind on like some
Man,
That's a- that's-
you gotta
me
catch
too.
up.
Yeah.
You ain't seen it.
You had to
No,
live.
it's crazy.
You haven't seen Oppenheimer?
No.
Mm-mm.
You got to pull the Barbenheimer experience.
barber.
She ain't like
I did.
Barbie.
Barbie and
Yeah.
then Oppenheimer.
Well, I watched. Which one did you watch first?
Oppenheimer
Oh,
and then
nice.
Barbie.
I watched. Yeah, I was saying.
Yeah,
I watched
but
Barbie.
both of those films are fantastic and deserve all their praise at the awards.
I liked
this
it. I
year.
don't think Barbie I wouldn't say it's as
It's Ryan
great
Gosling.
as
Ryan- it's Ryan
everybody
Gosling.
else. I'm not on that.
Not to cough
level, but
y'all
it's good. But
Barbie,
but,
Oppenheimer bromance.
We'll go back.
But
to
let me
yeah.
say something. Low key, I feel like my plan kind of works now because if you're going to drop a 20-minute segment, right?
Mhm.
Let's say you drop it next year. You have what's Disney Plus have coming out for Star Wars as far as series? Andor, what else?
Isn't the Acolyte supposed to come out next year?
Yeah,
Oh, that guy is coming out. You're right.
season
Never mind.
2 of Tales of the Jedi, I believe.
I believe so.
Yeah,
Tells a giant. Yeah, you're right.
Doesn't Skeleton or is it
Skeleton Crew?
that
Yeah.
comes out 2024?
Yeah.
I think that's another thing with these companies.
Bad
I think
Batch.
Disney has a lot. They have a lot.
I think so.
yeah. Bad Batch.
I
The
don't
last
think Bad
season.
Batch coming next season. There's
it?
no way.
Yeah, there is. There's a Bad Batch is a season.
Oh, Bad Batch
Yeah.
might be. Well, Bad Batch. We're going season 3. Have we had a trailer yet?
Yeah,
No. Wait, for
Not for season 3?
The new one?
yeah.
When?
There's been a trailer out for it.
For season
The
3?
new season.
Yes. Yes.
No.
Yes.
There's no way we have all this coming out with no Star Wars celebration next year to even think about all this stuff.
Jennifer, can you confirm
Can you
that?
confirm that? There's no way.
There's
There's no way all these
It might be a
dropping.
teaser trailer, but there's
There's
some.
no
There's
way,
some.
because-
I would have
that's-
heard about that.
There's a trailer.
For
Yeah.
Bad Batch season 3.
Yeah, it came out last month.
Shit. Oh, damn.
Okay,
Where the
good
fuck
job,
were-
Alan.
Where were we at?
The strike. You're supporting the strike.
I know.
Remember?
Yeah.
Hold on. Okay. Bad
Wow,
Batch.
okay.
Okay.
Cut off the internet.
Hey,
I know,
this
we
one-
did-
Jennifer, can you pull me up
Literally.
the slate of what's coming out for Star Wars content the next year? Please, thank you.
Hey, I'm not gonna lie. Bad Batch might be the
I
best
guess
thing.
I guess
to
we
come out
gotta do a
next
trailer
year.
reaction.
No, I'm just looking. I'm like, yeah, we can pull it right there.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we go. Yeah.
I was just saying, I'm kind of like, I don't get, because I thought Star Wars Celebration got not canceled, but removed because they were going to go into
The movies.
2025 with their big, like, okay, we'll put everything together. Thank you. All right, so we got the Skeleton
Well,
Crew 2020. That's 2020. That ain't coming out this year. That was supposed to be 2020.
No, I'm saying it's in 2024.
the Acolyte's 2025. I don't want Skeleton Crew. Let me see.
Oh.
Let me see an update.
Yeah, Bad Batch low key might be the best thing to come out next year for Star Wars 2, if we're being
Oh,
honest.
bro, season 2.
Season 2 was so good.
man.
It was so good.
Tough.
And like,
That was tough.
Okay, so we got the Acolyte 2024. Skeleton Crew's supposed to be coming out 2023, but we almost done with 2023. When's that coming out? Andor comes out in August 2024. Oh yeah, that's it. Okay, because then we got the 2026 movies, 2026 movie, and then 2027 movie. That's how I'm seeing it right here on this. So when's Skeleton Crew dropping?
I'm pretty sure that would be
23.
2024.
And a Dave Filoni project, the one that drops the December of 2026.
What Dave Filoni? Oh, the movie?
the movie.
Okay.
That one with the old school one comes out the following year.
Wait, which one?
The old school Force one, the one about the one.
Oh,
that's
the
That's
James Mangold.
Mangold
Yeah,
movie.
James- no, James Mangold's come out first. My bad. James Mangold's comes out in 2026 or May of 2026. Then you have December. You have
Yeah.
Which
now, I mean, and it's just the thing is, even James Mangold, like he doesn't have as much hype anymore because of he just directed the last Indiana Jones movie, which
and that's another thing, man. Star
Box
Wars, they
office-wise.
got. I'm tired of Star Wars going for names. They need to go for who the best at the job. Because when they did the Game of Thrones brothers, we were like, oh, okay. And then they bombed that series, and we were like, oh, no. Talking about TV never made sense to me. Never understood it. Never wanted it.
His project, I don't think
They got canceled.
They got
canceled.
Hey, Star Wars be canceling probably left and right. Everybody probably be in the dark.
I mean,
is my man still getting his?
Patty Jenkins.
No, not
canceled.
Patty. My man did Last Jedi.
Oh, Ryan Johnson.
Ryan Johnson still getting his trilogy?
I don't think he
No.
is.
They're gonna say, hey, we're gonna hold you in the dark of light.
I mean, that's kind of. I mean, that's what makes the magic of Star Wars. Like when it was just the original trilogy and then the prequels. The magic of it was at the time, no one knew who Mark Hamill or Harrison Ford or Carrie Fisher were. No one knew who Hayden and Ewan were, really. They were kind of unknowns.
I just feel
and Star Wars made them what they are.
Yeah.
Jennifer,
You know Harrison Ford hates that.
You sure there was a trailer, or was that a fan-made trailer?
It says first official trailer Star Wars. Bad Batch season 3.
There's
I've seen I think it was a leak, guys.
Oh, so we ain't got no trailer. Because I ain't see an announcement on that for Bad Batch.
I don't know.
So you doing some illegal shit.
Hey, I saw it. I saw it. Oh, you know, it was a leak trailer. Now that I remember watching it,
Okay,
you're right.
see, I knew.
Because I didn't see Star Wars page put anything on.
It is a leak trailer, but it's out.
Yeah,
there.
it's no way. Yeah. So there's
Someone
no.
recorded
He trying
it.
to get us shut down.
I know, trying
So-
to discredit our credibility as YouTubers and reactors.
Yeah,
that we
I'm
would
about to
miss
say.
out on.
I know we don't miss some things.
I mean, we
know
missed some things, but
I catch the
sure
Star
we
Wars
missed
stuff.
no
You
damn
do.
Star Bad
First
Batch.
episode back, he trying to get you canceled.
Yeah, he tried to get us
I know,
canceled,
trying
get
to
us shut down by.
Come
You
on,
think
man.
he was Kathleen Kitty? He was working with her. Kathleen Kitty told you shut them Dre and J boys down. You said you gonna put that illegal tape up there and get us shut down.
She said, "Shut them down. We'll give you a season 2."
It's
of
for-
Overwatch."
Yeah, we just see two. We would have Ian McGregor hit you up say hello there on your personal cell phone.
Hello there.
I thought there wasn't really many announcements, but going into, I mean, you could Skeleton Crews. That's what's coming out this year, but I didn't see a release date. We're almost done with 2023. So
they're delaying a lot of stuff, I think. So
yeah, I think Andor for sure will be coming out. That's their biggest baby right now. But I don't know. I mean,
I think the other thing about it is I didn't make a up Javante, but it's
no,
like
you're good.
I think Ahsoka got such like a great like fan perception and reception from the show. I think now they're kind of like, okay, so what do we have right now that sucks that we just can't put out because it's gonna get trashed until the movies come out. That's why I think all these shows got delayed because they're like, how do we follow up Ahsoka with
Then shouldn't the problem be?
Skeleton Crew?
Don't we need to look at the deeper issue about the pin writing? We ain't getting no good writers. That means we got issue with who we're picking for writers.
there's an even deeper issue. Why are we as fans trying to figure out when something's dropping?
Star Wars has been very they always drop us. They always this new director we signed on and never see him.
They
kinda-
announce something, they cancel it.
They go based off too much fan feedback, bro. I think that's what it is.
I miss the days of like before Endgame really were like when trailers and news and castings just didn't get leaked. You were just like in anticipation of what was going to happen and what was going to drop.
Mm-hmm.
Because now every year we got the Disney 23 thing that shows the timeline. I'm like, I want to be surprised. I don't want to know.
Only, like what, 2 trailers, and sometimes movies even release a trailer like a year in advance. You would wait up until literally like the last month,
Right.
and then you get a new trailer. Now you get trailer 1 month, 3 months later you get trailer number 2, 3 months later you get trailer number 3. So it's like,
Just
it's
tired of
different. It's
it. Yeah.
Then they announce a delay.
Yeah, yep.
Yeah,
And you're stuck with those trailers, and that's it. And then they announce another trailer to buy that. You have to hype back once they find the official release date for it. So
I don't know. I look at it, man. I'm just like Star Wars. I mean, look, you didn't let me get a chance to answer my question about Star Wars. About the,
the hype.
I give him hype wise. I say I'm at a 6. I'll give him a 6. Because I did like Daisy. Really, I don't think she's a bad actress. I think she had potential. I think the writing for her character was bad. So if you can find a way to fix that and going forward, like, because that character ain't bad. I don't think John Boyega was bad. I'm sure he's gonna come back now. I don't think none of those characters were bad. I think the writing was bad. So if you can fix that and figure that out and tell me a good story, especially now we're going a little bit further in the future when she's already established, I can jump on board possibly with that.
See, I think a 6 is kind of low considering the text messages you were sending me after the Ahsoka episodes.
No, I was
episode 5 after episode 5 talking about, man, Star Wars.
Was that the Anakin one?
Episode, yeah, that shit was
Yeah,
fire.
Anakin fire.
Then over here talking
Said
about
that.
yeah.
Oh,
he
Anakin,
did, he did.
Anakin was over sweet at boy. I was like, hey, it took me back to nostalgia days. That's why, bro.
It was a hype in the
It
moment.
was the hype of the moment. I had him right.
But no, I would definitely, even though like you could say the episode's all hype or whatever, or not, like, nostalgia. I will say how it's shot, how it's done is beautiful. Like that one scene where Anakin is walking off into the battlefield
With
and
the
it
clones.
transitions with the
Yep.
clones, and it transitions from him to Vader back to him. Like,
No, for sure.
amazing.
I like that.
Amazing.
And there's some good
stuff.
dialogue. I think that's some of the best dialogue with Hayden Christensen.
Yes.
That was some
That's-
great dialogue in those scenes.
The moment I watched, I texted DeAndre, I was like, did you watch it? And he goes, yeah, this is probably the best version of
I liked it
Anakin
because
we'd seen.
I agree because I think the dialogue, I think it just gives you a better understanding of that relationship. I think it does a great job of taking that relationship that you've seen in the cartoon, or even for people who don't watch the cartoon but have heard that, okay, this is my master, I'm the princess, seeing that relationship between those two and how close they were and how he looked at her and said, like, look, I understand, like, we're in a different time. I can't train you the way I was trained or the way my master was trained because we are at war. So I got to train you like a soldier. And I liked all that. That was some good dialogue and good conversation.
It also like showed the perfect balance of dark and light between Anakin.
Yeah.
in the episode as well. So I just,
And
as far as that, like how Anakin was written,
That was amazing. I love that
As far
episode.
as
That's an
how
amazing
it's shot,
episode.
amazing.
And I mean,
episode.
at the end, the last shot of when Ahsoka sees something in the distance, and then you're trying to see what is it, and it's Anakin as a Force ghost, looking like she's good now.
Yeah.
And you're just like, okay, you know, the finale was kind of like meh, but at the end, I was like, okay, that's cool.
Even
there were some things like I like them introducing the Death Troopers. I think they're cool. However, I just felt like the Star Wars has now devalued lightsabers in a way because the way
Disney.
they weren't able to
The
cut
Disney,
through
the
them
Disney
motherfuckers, like,
sabers.
you know, that's what we should call them now, the Disney sabers.
Yep.
Because it's just like even when they're striking, like when you see like Ahsoka and what's her name?
Shin.
No,
Sabine?
the one that she was fighting the witch, Night Sister.
Elizabeth.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, Morty and Elsbeth.
Elizabeth. Yeah.
Like even the fight between them two, like it's good from a choreography perspective, but at the same time, like it's not the same as like George Lucas prequel where like when they were striking those lightsabers, it was like they were actually trying to cut through this person, and it just doesn't seem like that nowadays.
I really think that like Dave Filoni and them, like I get it, like it's based on samurais and stuff, but I feel like they're going way too heavy on it and getting away from the sci-fi part of the Star Wars like lightsaber fights.
I think the Balin Ahsoka fight I really enjoyed. I thought that felt the most like George because they were using the elements, they were using the Force to move stuff. It was sweet. You know what I mean? I thought that was like the most like a George Lucas type of fight scene since I've seen. But I will say Ahsoka, I like the show Ahsoka. Let me not get twisted. I like the show Ahsoka. I enjoyed it for what we have gotten lately. I've really liked the show. And I would say there's a lot of key moments I enjoyed in it. But also as far as lightsaber, I was glad to see some lightsabers for once. And see, that's probably some of the best best fighting scenes I've seen in Star Wars in a long time as well, I would say.
Yeah,
That's
it's
fair.
like it's like with Star Wars, we've been eating a bunch of sandwiches, and then we finally got to a pizza.
Yeah.
You know, but it's a cold pizza.
But
We still like it. It's still good.
We're hungry right now. We're
Facts,
hungry. We just want
facts,
some
for
food,
real.
bro.
Because Star Wars, I tell y'all all the time, I always say, Star Wars, if it's done right, it's bigger than DC, it's bigger than Marvel, it could be bigger than any other brand. It's the biggest brand if it's done correctly.
And I feel like Star Wars doesn't need all the content like Marvel and DC to be that
You
big.
really don't.
Like I said, if you get it right, you don't need like all the branch off shows, the spin-offs. You don't, because
You don't need
it
to
will
pump
hold
out
its own.
multiple projects.
But
in
Yeah,
one
it will
year.
hold
Like,
its own.
You can literally just release one movie that year.
Banger.
Star Wars
This is
movie.
my, well, they won't make
That's
that
it.
money though, but this is my thing. Like, that's my thing about Star Wars. Like, there's so much galaxy. Why are we still staying this little time? Why don't we go 100 years in the future, create some new characters, and make us love like the way we love these ones? These characters we grew to love. You know what I mean? Anakin,
Yeah.
the first movie, like, okay, no. In the second movie, you're like, he kind of a baby away, but I'm kind of growing. In the third movie, you love him.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, it's kind of like growth of character. The problem is in Hollywood, I feel like nobody wants to use the pen and write. They can't get no creative writing.
I mean, I would say
No one's developed characters.
I would say even like you don't even have to do 100 years in the future. I feel like that's complicated as far as creating new characters. I would say, well, I mean,
What
you
you mean
can.
100
I mean,
years in the
you
future
can.
complicated?
I mean, you can do that. I mean, I'm not saying it'll be hard. What I'm saying is, you could do 100 years in the past, like Old Republic era, and
Yeah.
where that shit was
Well,
fire. Like
you
the game,
can't.
like
No,
the,
but
like,
no, I'm saying.
because them game trailers, them cinematic trailers.
Hold up
That's why I said
still.
100 years.
Hold
in the
up
future.
still.
That's why I said 100 years in the future. I said 100 years in the future because then you ain't got to touch on none of that. You don't have to touch on. You don't have to worry about people going back like, oh, I remember the Old Republic. That's the Old Republic time. We gotta do like the game or something like that. If you go 100 years in the future, that's all clean.
So you have nothing to compare.
There's
with,
nothing.
but-
It's just clean
Okay.
space, clean canvas for a writer to come in and a creator. Dave Filoni can go. Dave Filoni can go crazy in 100 years. Shit, do what you want, Dave. There's no nothing to stick back to. You have to work on.
Yeah.
You gotta
Yeah.
think about the Skywalkers or anything like that. We can just move on.
If there's a new force power or force
Yes.
trait, then it's all explained.
All
Well,
that stuff you
know,
can do starting up.
evolution of the force. But when you do that
Exactly.
shit like 20 years after, it's like
And I feel like there's no I feel like right now, y'all can disagree, agree. I'm curious to see what y'all say. I feel like Star Wars really has no real path. Even though we're saying that we're excited for what's coming possibly, I feel like there's still no real path 5-10 years away from now where they're gonna be at.
Want to know why?
True.
It's because what you guys just said earlier. Back in the day, Star Wars was more of a rarity. Like it would be like a movie drop for a couple of years.
Well,
now
we
we
knew-
got video games.
Well, we
comics,
knew
like
to come
everything.
Disney. Disney said, "Hey, we marketed. Disney said we spent $1 billion on
We gonna
this. We
market
gonna
the
get this.
fuck out of
We gonna
it,
get our
yeah.
money back."
Mhm.
Disney said, "Hey, we got the property." But it's like Star Wars, like Alex said, Star Wars doesn't need
It doesn't.
that. It's cool to have, but you don't need. I don't need like Marvel.
But isn't it too late for that now?
It is.
They already pushed it, so now you
Yeah.
gotta like.
You gotta go
keep
to.
on.
But Disney also want Disney like shit. We need to. Hey, think about Disney like we got D23. We need some. We got Star Wars Celebration. We need some.
Yeah.
They got all these. So they do all these different events. You gotta have some properties for these suits to be able to say, hey, we making money. What's the core looking like this year? You know what I mean? Like you need that stuff. So it's a sad place. I mean, I don't know where I would want Star Wars to be if it wasn't with Disney because I don't think Fox would did right by it. I don't know many people who would done right by it. But
Sony.
no, hell no. Sony can't get their own shit together. They can't even get their shit together.
There was one man who had the chance to make a Star Wars movie,
Who?
Zack Snyder.
Oh Christ.
But then
Problem with Zack Snyder.
Rebel
though,
Moon
bro.
coming to Netflix.
Problem with Zack
Rebel
Snyder. The problem with Zack.
Coming soon.
Oh, you talking to Netflix? Okay, about Zack Snyder, bro. I can't trust Zack Snyder with character development. He takes a lot of characters. And he screwed up Superman, bro.
Well, you know what the director said for Rebel Moon? They were like, "Yeah, we were happy when we went away from Star Wars because now they can do their own thing. They got
Nice.
greater freedom."
Good for them.
I'm sure Bob Iger was like, y'all have fun with that. I'm
Have
not
fun-
cutting the
hey,
checks.
you know what he said?
Because
He said,
Rebel-
"Have fun with Netflix."
Rebel Moon, basically, what I got from Rebel Moon, especially that first scene where you see that ship and it's taking off, and it's just like it gave me Zack Snyder Man of Steel Krypton opening sequence.
That's fine.
And like if you
Beautiful.
just do that,
That's fine. That
That's
has
an amazing
That has its
fucking film.
own lane. Just like Dune. I watched Dune. Finally, I watched Dune. Dune's cool. But Dune ain't Star Wars. It has its own lane to live in. And that's
Yeah.
why Rebel Moon.
Yeah.
Same thing.
It's a big galaxy up there.
It has its own lane, but it's like I think what really entices me is that it's a mixture of many different properties.
Yeah.
And I
exactly.
think that's what's gonna make it like super, super unique because it's like taking like the good stuff and then like
By the way, Netflix is not giving us no check for what we're saying about Rebel Moon. We are not getting a check by this. I don't know about I ain't getting no check from them.
however, if you would like,
No. We don't want that. We don't want that because we got.
I don't want Netflix
We got to
money.
talk high on it. Then. We got to
hey,
speak
thank
high
you
on
for
it.
the Rebel Moon merchandise.
I know you bought the hat. He's already got the hat. Yeah. Thank you guys. Nah, man. Hey, I don't know. Star Wars is a weird place, but
I
hey, I
feel
look
like-
forward to it. We'll see what's coming.
I feel like it is. To answer your question, DeAndre, I would probably tell you Ahsoka's probably the second best thing they've done besides Mando 1
And
and
that's
2.
sad.
Okay.
That's
very
sad.
I put it above Andor.
That's
I'm sorry.
sad though.
I put it
ain't
above
Think
Andor.
about
No, let me explain, Ken, because you gave me that look. Andor's cool.
I think
It's really
Andor-
cool.
Andor
It's
is the
slow.
best-
It's political.
It's the best written. Star
Yes,
Wars
like it's a great show on its own.
Yes,
But to me, Andor isn't Star Wars.
Alec, isn't that sad though? Think about it. If I would have told you 5 years ago
Where the-
we had Obi-Wan
Ken,
Kenobi.
Wait, Ken. Wait, can I curse?
go ahead.
Ken, where the fuck are the Jedi in Andor, huh?
Listen,
That's not Star Wars.
see this the
Oh,
problem.
where the
This is
fuck are the
this is
Jedi?
the problem with Star Wars fans. Like they can't take like embrace the whole universe. They gotta have their lightsabers.
I
and
just-
that's,
That is-
No, it's not me.
That is
No,
him.
it's not me.
That
Let
is
me
him.
explain. Before you try to jump in, I said I'm cool with all that. I just want a mixture. The problem was I was getting all that shit, but I want
That's
the
what
lightsaber.
I'm saying.
I want the
Facts.
mixture.
No, the problem is the lightsabers have been shit writing. That's the problem.
The lightsaber gets a hold. Now you got me to fit Alec. I'm not trying to fit Alec. Don't get it twisted. I hate all these shows that don't have
It's
lightsabers. I
it's
just
just
said
caught us straight
I
out of
need-
nowhere.
I need both, bro. Because lightsabers are what makes Star Wars Star Wars. If I don't have no lightsabers, it's Star Trek. I like lightsabers. I like
No,
Star Wars because
no.
lightsabers.
So my,
As
Facts.
a kid,
my point is,
I want a lightsaber.
Facts.
That was what
Facts.
the toy I wanted.
see, if Obi-Wan was a 10 out of 10 show, you would not be complaining about Andor.
But why does it
I don't-
always come
I
back
hate
to
Andor.
Obi-Wan?
I ain't say shit
no,
about
I'm
Andor.
saying like if there was more of a balance to it, like if Obi-Wan was a great show,
I would, yeah,
then
facts,
you
facts.
wouldn't be complaining about Andor because they're both like great
Yes,
shows.
facts. If you give me my Jedi's and you do them right, and you still give me this other stuff, I'm cool. Mandalorian gave me a bunch of fucking boom, 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 boom. Where are the Jedi's? So I've been waiting for Jedi since I've been waiting for Jedi's for a minute because the sequel trilogy didn't even give me what I wanted. So I've been waiting for a show around Jedi's or lightsabers, stuff like that. So if you give me that and you can still give me Andor and stuff like that, I'm cool. Just give me a mixture.
I mean, you got the acolyte
Because
coming up.
DeAndre tries to tell me Star Wars ain't based on my lightsabers. That's a bullshit.
It
Star
is.
Wars is the lightsaber. The lightsaber is the toy you want as a kid. When you watch Star Wars, you want the lightsabers.
It's like
You
the
weren't saying,
Falcon.
you weren't saying, give me the puck.
Let me-
give me the pistol.
Hey, I'll
I
get
want
the
the
blaster
goddamn
rifle.
lightsaber.
let me tell you this. When you were a kid, when people said, "Do you like Star Wars?" What's the first thing you do?
Vroom, vroom, vroom.
Exactly.
As a kid, when you dressed up,
You don't sit there and
no,
go.
he tried to make me seem like I was raw for that.
You don't sit there and go. What do you think? What do you think of Star Wars? You don't sit there and go. I can't swim. You don't
Okay.
do. You don't do that, do you?
Okay, well let's. Okay,
You don't do that.
This is what's making the Star Wars fans so divisive. All right, so all right, I can walk into Walmart and see somebody wearing Mandalorian armor. Does that make them not Star Wars fans?
No, I didn't say that. I didn't say. I
Yeah,
did
we
not
didn't
say
say that now.
I didn't say that. I'm just saying.
But he just said a ranking of Star Wars shows and said this is not Star Wars.
For my personal preference, yes, I like lightsabers and Jedi in my Star Wars content.
So if the Mandalorian before it even had like Luke or them involved, was that Star Wars to you?
Mandalorian, yeah.
Why is there
Because
difference?
if you were a casual fan, right? Like if you didn't know Mandalorian and all that, you would go, "Oh, that guy looks like Boba Fett, does it not? With the armor."
Let me.
You would tie that. You would associate that with Star
Let me
Wars.
back him. I'm gonna tap in with Alec because
Okay.
Andor. I don't hate the show, but I also look at like Star Wars like that either. Just because it's Star Wars, but for me, it's been on like it's but the entwine of different things. I like aliens. I like different species. Andor has none of that stuff. It's just a bunch of humans walking around. And it's a bunch of human characters. If you like when I look at Star Wars, even the original A New Hope, I go to that bar scene. There's all these different creatures that are in there. And I feel like Andor lacked in that specific thing. They didn't have a lot of creatures, which makes Star Wars Star because you have all these different beings. So that's where I say right there, I didn't feel like I was in a Star Wars universe because I didn't have those things. Not because just lightsaber, but also because the aliens, stuff like that. Fuck the lightsaber in that show as well as that show be. The aliens, stuff like that, the creatures. So that's why I feel personally, even though it's a good show, it takes me out of Star Wars realm. It makes me feel more like I'm a Star Trek or something like that.
I can agree with that, but at the same
I got
time,
you, Alec. I'll try it back. I know what you guys said.
At the same time, my counterpoint is that like it's about the rebels and
But even there's alien
Empire.
rebels.
Because even when I
There
We have
are,
alien
but-
rebels.
There are, but let's be real. Star
You
Wars
tra-
has
you
some
tra-
racist
but even-
elements
okay,
in it.
fine, right.
You travel to other galaxies besides Alaska at night when the skylights are out,
Hold on.
right?
But you-
Even-
you're going
even-
to the
Because
hub of-
that
Hold on,
shot that when
even
they're
Return of the Jedi. Get to the Star Destroyer. We have a man. What's his name? The brown one with the lips. The brown alien that had the space that was on the ship. What's his damn
Oh,
name?
Num or Neem.
But
I
you-
forgot.
How many aliens we have in Return of the Jedi when they're fighting at the end of the movie? We had that one with the big eyes
A
fighting
lot.
with
Oh, you talking
Lando.
about Akbar?
We got General Akbar.
The
Those
Ewoks.
are kids that are
But-
Ewoks. Those are characters that
Neon
are involved with the
Nim,
rebels.
Neon
But what I mean by like the kind of the racist elements of it, there's a hierarchy, right? Because like the humans are like at the top. Like,
To who? In Star Wars?
yes.
When? We got Star
What-
Wars like one
what-
of those things where everybody's the same. Kit Fisto is a goddamn live
But
reptile.
what I'm trying to say is just like based on like planet location. You know what I'm saying?
But
Like if-
we're on Tatooine, right? Tatooine?
we weren't on Tatooine that much
In
in that
Andor?
show.
In Andor. We're in Tatooine to start with a little bit, aren't we?
A little bit, yeah.
no
In Andor?
Andor.
When we saw
Andor
from
was
Tatooine.
not in Tatooine.
When you being a girl with
I
the
don't-
desert.
I
That's a
don't-
desert planet.
But that was like a quick.
That
But
was
still- but
that
still-
wasn't a desert planet.
Even
That,
a desert
that
planet?
was that was shot in Spain.
Okay.
I don't know.
That looked like an
Where-
old town
Even
little
on
village in
prison scenes,
Spain.
How many species do you see in the prison scene though?
But that's what I mean
Oh,
by
they were all people.
What if they separated them all? Separated the prisoners.
Whoa.
Because wouldn't aliens be stronger than humans?
DeAndre, what do you?
Whoa.
I'm
Whoa.
saying, yeah, that's exactly that point. Aliens are stronger than
Well,
humans. I mean, look
not
at
all of them, though.
I'm saying, but there's some species like look at Chewbacca's species. Wookiees can rip someone's arm off.
Yes, Wookiees may be, but not every species like that. There's a species like old boy from Mandalorian season 1, the one that had the sweat glands. You think he's a threat? Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm just saying like a mix. There's a different characters for everything. So I'm saying I just wish there was more like entwined with aliens and different species.
That's facts. That's facts.
That's all I'm saying about that.
Oh, hey, you know what? I'm gonna shut him down right now. You ready for this, Javante?
Oh, shit, you better shut him down. You said
Shut
it.
me down.
Hey, Ken. Let me ask you this: what's the best part in Rogue One?
Darth Vader.
And what does Darth Vader have?
Oh yeah, that's true.
A lightsaber.
DeAndre agrees too. He likes that scene.
Okay, so
No,
okay.
okay, I do like that scene. However,
What's
if
what's
that- if
what's
that-
the what's the best part of
that
Andor
scene,
of Rogue
if
One?
that scene wasn't in the movie,
This
I
would
would
be
still
good.
say Rogue One is a good movie.
But let me also,
But with that scene in there, is it the best scene in the
Because
movie?
it has nothing to do with the movie. It's like it's just an extra,
So-
extra,
Yeah.
extra.
It's some shit you always wanted to see with Darth
Yeah,
Vader.
yeah, exactly. That's it, right? And then we go to the Obi-Wan show, and what happens? We don't.
Why
really
do you
extend it.
always
ruin him.
Because
I
that's
acknowledge
afterwards.
Darth Vader, hold on. Darth Vader, and see, now you got me heating on Obi-Wan. Our Darth Vader was Anakin Skywalker. Anakin Skywalker was a general for the goddamn Republic Army. Highly rated. Everyone thought he was a great military strategist when it came to the battlefield. This man is chasing a goddamn, rebel? I wouldn't call them rebels, but you whoever the fuck Obi-Wan was with. One of them splits off, jettisons into a damn desert planet. This man got a whole ass Galactic Empire cruiser. He could literally take off in a TIE fighter to go chase Obi-Wan, meanwhile leaving the cruiser to chase after and round up those rebels. This man says, nah, we parking the whole ship on this planet just for this one man.
Facts.
Yeah.
The same guy.
The same guy.
Who in this? Who?
All right, now why?
No,
Why?
the same guy in the Rogue One.
I
who had the badass
I
scene.
acknowledge to the three of you Obi-Wan is flawed. Do I not?
Not, do
they-
you?
I do 100%.
You say you do, and you say there's fault,
I
but then
do.
you go back on it and
Because
say,
it's a funny bit.
I
It
still
gets you.
loved it. I
It's
still
a
thought it
funny
was
bit.
good.
Every time we try to go at it, you bring up the Snyder cut of Obi-Wan.
Oh, that cut is fire.
I look, I'm not crazy about Rogue One either, though. I'm not a big fan of Rogue One because it doesn't give me that
Star
vibe.
Wars vibe, right?
But that's me.
Come on.
But hold on. Let me
Okay,
finish.
go ahead.
I'm not saying it's a bad film. It's a good film.
It is.
If you're talking about, okay, let me say this. If you're talking about rewatchability, how often I go watch and rewatch Rogue One, it's not as often because I just don't get that kind of enjoyment from it like I do Attack of the Clones or Revenge of the Sith or the original trilogy movies. It is how it is. But not saying it's a bad movie. I'm not saying it's a bad movie. And I'm not saying it's not Star Wars. For me personally, when I think of Star Wars, even though it has a lot of things, I still consider it a Star Wars movie. I'm not saying it's not a Star Wars movie. I just don't go to that movie as often as I would go to one of these.
And that's fair. And that's the point I'm trying to bring up. So instead of like saying that's not Star Wars, you should be saying that's what you don't prefer in Star Wars. There's
fair.
a huge difference.
But they did give me also creatures in that movie, so I'll take that.
Yeah.
What they gave me. Andor just doesn't feel like I'm in a Star Wars world. Because I lack those things.
That's fair. But when you go to when you go back to his ranking, if you're gonna rank
You
Star
just
Wars,
said it. You just said it's based on preference.
it's based on preference, but you're
Yeah.
saying that's not Star Wars, so you're not putting it on.
I
the
didn't
list.
say it wasn't. I just said when I think of Star Wars, I think of lightsabers and junk. Right? Andor's still a good show on its own.
But how can you say that Andor is
Here's
not,
why I say Rogue One is great. Because one, I mean, take away the Darth Vader scene. The battle on Scarif is easily like
Well, the movie's
one
good.
of the best battles.
But when
in
you
Star
ask
Wars.
people what do they think about when they think about Rogue One, what do they always say?
They talk about the Darth Vader scene.
Yeah.
It's,
What I was
yes.
trying to say is they're good movies. They're just not Star Wars movies. They would be good movies in just any like in a category.
See, now
like,
you're doubling
no.
back
What I'm
on
saying, what he's trying to say, I'm trying to say what he's trying to say. What he's trying to say is like when we watch Star Wars movie, we know what we get with Star Wars, right? We have a certain expectations from what we've seen. These movies are great movies, but they would be great movies if they weren't Star Wars movies. If that makes sense as well. So I don't really feel like they're just a Star Wars film. It's kind of how I talk about the Batman. I say the Batman's a good film, even if it's not Batman. It's just a great detective film.
It's literally like
what am I hearing here?
I know, like
okay, let me explain it.
it's
Trying to
we're trying to explain, it, but
No,
now,
okay, no, it's
see, now you're about to start up a whole other argument about Batman
Oh,
being a
crap.
damn
Before-
good
No,
Batman.
sorry. I use Batman as my example.
But go ahead.
I tried to say about Batman before.
So,
I forgot.
'Cause I'm interested
So
in
let me
that before we
yeah.
get to Batman.
let me see if Javante's like I see we're connected.
We're not connected now. No. I don't know. I'm not with you on a lot of this shit. I'm trying to help you out.
So,
I see you getting tagged.
Okay, it's literally like if I were to pluck out Rogue One, right?
Uh-huh.
And if I put it here on its own, it's great. It's fun.
Yes.
But then I can go back and watch Star Wars episodes 1 through 6, and I don't need Rogue One.
Yes.
But if I want to watch it, I can.
But Rogue One fills in the gap.
I mean, it does. But what I'm saying is, I can watch.
Go ahead.
Do you get what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
he's trying to say like Star Wars to him is lightsabers and stuff like that, right?
It's the
So
truth.
you take away the Rogue Ones and put that where the new movie The Creator is, or something like that. You put it with one of those like Star Treks. It works. It can still fit there and work. But for him, it doesn't feel like Star Wars because it doesn't have those elements of what makes Star Wars for him,
Which is
which is like lightsabers,
which is a
and shit like
lightsaber.
that.
Well, okay.
Yeah.
That's because he's basically trying to say Star Trek and like Andor and Rogue One can go in this. You can put those, make those say Star Trek, Rogue One, Star
No,
Trek,
'cause
Andor, and they would
Rogue
still
One-
be good films.
Rogue One has
Well,
a force sensitive person in it.
You
Well,
got,
take a- well, you know,
also
take
got,
away action,
okay,
you know what I
no,
mean.
you gotta look at, because think about how Star Wars timeline is. Like, it's BBY, it's Battle Before Yavin, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And when you think of Battle Before, like, Yavin, what that battle was, it was significant because that was when the Rebel Alliance was finally free from Empire control.
Yes.
Yeah.
So it's been about war. A war within.
You may think I'm disagreeing with
it's
you.
Star Wars.
Are you
It
serious?
sounds like you are.
I'm not disagreeing. I like Rogue One for what it is. I'm just trying to get his point across.
I'm saying it's.
You look at the other one saying.
I'm saying it's Star Wars. So Rogue One is a war movie about the people that were involved in the trenches within that war that had the death battle plans and sacrificed their lives.
I'm not disagreeing with you. What I'm saying is, for some people, Star Wars to them has always been. There's like some people for some people, Star Wars is always the Skywalkers, right? That's all they know. The Skywalkers, because they pretty much have been on Star Wars.
Mm-hmm.
So for them, that's all they know is the Skywalker family. Just like how lightsabers are a big part of people's foundation for what they think of as Star Wars, lightsabers, spaceships. So if those things aren't there and they're like, hey, I don't have that, this doesn't feel like Star Wars to me.
Yeah, I get that. But however, when it comes to ranking those movies, I'm not going to say, oh, well, if this movie doesn't have a lightsaber in it, I'm not putting it above.
No,
this one.
I'm not putting it. What does Star Wars mean to you? If Star Wars means if I think it was lightsaber, I want to see lightsaber fighting, then of course I might rate that movie lower for me.
So hold on. Okay, let me ask you this. How many Star Wars movies are better than Rogue One?
It's like you just said, it's all based on preference.
So hold on, wait.
No, because Star Wars is Star Wars. It's a war. You're literally saying like the plot of the nothing matters unless it has like a lightsaber involved to it. The lightsaber is just a mystic.
That's not what we're saying here.
A lightsaber is just a mystical element that adds on to Star Wars and makes it like pop out.
It makes it different.
It's not the foundation.
But it makes it different than anything else because Star Trek has war. Because Dune has war, but Star Wars has that lightsaber, that colored lightsaber that makes people like, oh, or kids like, oh, that's cool. I want that. It adds that. Star Trek's a great franchise, but they don't have a lightsaber, which makes it different. And same thing what I'm saying about Rogue One, those are great films. But if you told me those are Star Trek films, I'd be like, they're still great films, but they can go in another category because they don't have those elements of what make people like, oh, not all people, certain people like, oh, I got the lightsaber, that's the coolest thing. Like the Darth Vader scene. It's like a cool, oh shit, Darth Vader with a lightsaber slashing things.
Okay, but we're talking about a Star Wars ranking is what I'm trying to get back to. We're talking about a Star Wars ranking.
I'm not
because how many movies would you put above it just because of the fact that it's not doesn't have lightsaber?
Exactly.
Would you put Attack of the Clones above Rogue One?
Me personally, I like Attack of the Clones a lot. That's me. But
would you put it above Rogue One?
Not for that reason, but I enjoy Attack of the Clones.
Would you put it?
Yes, I would.
And
for me, I would.
And to defend Jamalte's point,
that's what I'm saying.
Personally, but I'm saying from a Star Wars, like you got to embrace Star Wars and let's talk about Star Wars like top ranking. You can't just say this is above this just because of a lightsaber.
But to Javante's point, if you ask me, I put Rogue One above Attack of the Clones because I think it's a better movie.
That's what I'm trying to get to. It's a better movie.
It is. I'm not disagreeing you with that. It's a better movie.
Then how do we get into this?
But he's talking about what his personal favorites because he doesn't.
But I like Ahsoka more because it had more of a Star Wars feel than Andor. Andor was more political. It was more about building up.
He grew up, what he likes for Star Wars.
But for me, Ahsoka was more fun in that sense.
I can understand liking, but that my whole point was actual
No. Like Rogue One's up there, like above a lot of the other Star Wars movies.
Okay.
So
that's all I wanted to get to.
Peace.
Peace. Now let's get to Batman. What do you mean by that?
My Batman.
Javante.
I'm not gonna be like Alec. They go down to like they did Alec. All I'm saying,
I got you. I'm here for you, bro. I got you.
I'm really scarring you. No, my point was I always try to say the Batman. Batman's a great film, but I said the Batman can be a great film even if it's not named the Batman. It's a great film even if he wasn't called Batman. If you call him fucking Nightbot, it'd still be a good film because it's a great detective film. Jennifer's not a big Batman. She didn't like the Batman movie. She thought it was boring and slow, right? Your family also the same way. So for certain people, they looked at Batman as either like Val Kilmer's Batman movies or like the Christopher Nolan Batman movies. People look at it for different things. This new Batman's a lot different. Not saying it's a bad thing. It's different for a lot of people, so they don't look at it the same way. And all I'm saying is that movie's great if it's not Batman. It's still a great film. I'm saying it doesn't need a Batman name to be a great film.
Yeah, Javante, you about to get cooked here. I'm not going to lie to you.
Cooked for what? I'm just saying, what are you talking about? Cooked for what? Go ahead. Y'all go ahead.
Okay, first of all, Batman is Detective Comics. First of all, let's just start there.
Yes.
So his character.
But that's not what's been built on for people. If you don't read comics, it's been built on 69, Val Kilmer, what my man name? Michael Keaton.
Christian Bale.
That's what's been built on. For people that are Batman fans that have watched Batman in movies.
That's not true.
That's what I'm saying. Okay, but to people that have grew up with Batman, even we'll go to the earliest Batman of my man's, what's his name?
Adam West?
Adam West. You want to go to Adam West that people watch on TV.
You're not comparing Adam West.
No, I'm not going to use that. I'm using it for people. If you're older and you grew up on Michael Keaton, Val Kilmer, that's what Batman is for you, especially if you're not a comic book reader. Jennifer, what's your Batman for you? What's Batman? Like, what's your favorite Batman? George Clooney. She like Batman. Fuck. She like Batman and Rob. She like the Batman. What's it, Batman Robin?
Batman and Robin, yes.
She likes Batman and Robin. That's her personal opinion, though. But she's not a comic book reader, so for her, that's her Batman. I'm not saying that's shit, but that's her choice.
I feel like you're digging a bigger hole.
He's trying.
No.
Hey, you're trying,
I'm not
Devontae.
trying
I
to-
respect that.
I'm just saying everybody's personal opinion on Batman's a giant. You like Batman. You grew up on. You like Batman. You like watching the cartoons.
Yes, I liked all facets
You
of
read
Batman.
the
Don't get me wrong, but there are like I don't really like.
Would you
George Clooney's probably my least favorite,
Would you
but
agree this
I
facet
still
of
enjoyed
Batman
it.
from this new movie is different than anything we had before?
Not really, if anything,
It's-
because I feel like
Hold on,
I
you
feel
agree with
like
that? Hold on, do you
I
agree with
feel-
that? Do you think this is the same thing we've had before? Or is this
What do you
something
mean
different?
before?
You really want to hear my
From
answer?
our past Batmans, is this different than our past?
Well,
Batmans?
yes, of course, from these past movie
Okay,
versions
then.
of Batman.
You wanna
But-
know why?
But if you're asking me why, because it's truer to more of the detective
That's
style
fine. I'm
Batman.
not saying y'all wrong. I'm saying for the average viewer, that's not what they know. They know the Batman, George Clooney, Val Kilmer, Michael Keaton style, or Christopher Nolan.
Bro, this is what happened, right? Hollywood saw a comic book character that was popular and then took that character and didn't have like anything related to him other than the fact that his parents died.
Yeah,
and put that on screen.
DC been eating off Batman for years.
And now we're at the point to where, hey, let's put like actual Batman on screen,
Yeah.
Detective Batman, and that's So how can you say that if it was somebody else's character, that it will still be a detective movie?
I'm saying, based off what we have hit now, the point we are at with Batman, where Batman has been category. Let's be honest, it's also DC's fault because they have pushed Batman more than any other character that they had, more than Superman, more than anybody. So you've given many audiences of different generations. How old's your mom and Jesse? 50. You've given generations like my mom's older, like her 50s too. She's Val Kilmer, Michael Keaton. You've given this older generation and these newer generations this Batman that's kind of similar in a lot of ways. Ben Affleck as well. I love me some Ben Affleck. That this Batman in a lot of ways that's very similar. And now you come with this different kind of Batman, which is a slower tone movie. Let's be fair, it's slower tone because it's a detective. I get that. But it's not going to be up to par with everybody because it's different than what we've been growing up on.
Can I ask you a question?
What?
So are you trying to say like everybody that's a Batman fan is just like in tune with what actually Batman is?
No,
right?
I think there's Batman fans I think there's different Batman fans for everything. I think there's Batman fans who like the detective stuff. I think there's Batman fans who want to see Batman kicking ass. I think there's different Batman fans I've seen. I'm not mad at this new Batman because it's a different version of Batman we haven't seen. I'm not mad at that. I'm just saying it's a different version.
I respect the movie because I feel like it gave me both. It gave me a Batman that was kicking ass.
Yes.
I mean, in the beginning, he was whooping they ass.
Gave you Batman.
Gave you Batman. And he was a detective
I'm-
too.
I
He
saw-
said, I'm gonna whoop these dudes' asses. Then he looked up at that damn light in the sky. He said, all right, bet somebody just got murdered. Let me investigate this shit.
What-
He went back and forth.
What the other like live action movies, what they did is that they skipped his whole origin. They skipped to like the Justice League type Batman. They skipped all that. They went right to that to where it's like he's like a super action hero. That's,
Or they're
that's
like-
what was
and that's
on
what people
screen.
know.
Or he's like fighting established supervillains already.
But
Yeah.
when he will
Yeah.
leave Justice League and stuff and go back home, detective.
I'm not knocking it. I'm not saying it's bad. I'm just saying everyone has a different view on the
So-
on the
Okay, well, let me-
So-
let me-
my
but-
main point I was trying to say when I said that, I was saying, to me, it's a good enough film to where if you take the Batman name out of it, it's still a good film.
All right, let's put Roger Rabbit in there and see if it's
It's
a
still
good detective.
if you like. It's like it's like the Joker movie, right? The DC separate Joker movie.
Okay.
If you told me that wasn't Joker, you said it was some psychopathic man that had some issues, it's still a good film. It doesn't need to be Joker for me to think that film was a good film. That's all I'm saying. Do you agree or you think that's a film?
Now, okay, now see, that's fair because I feel like to an extent, it didn't feel like the Joker that I know.
No, exactly. But it was
The
still a
supervillain
good film.
Joker.
And that's
But it's a
facts.
good movie.
But
That's
I don't
fair.
think that's comparable to the Batman movie, bro.
The Batman for a lot of people, that's not their Batman wearing eyeshadow and not
that's-
being established. He didn't look-
There's a difference between that's not my preferred Batman than what
That's not a lot of people's normal
what
Batman.
actual Batman
Think about-
is.
okay.
You're comparing it to a Joker movie that didn't have like many Joker
Okay,
elements.
Well,
Yeah,
in it.
first of all,
also, let me say this real quick. Every Batman has worn eyeshadow.
Okay, let me say
This
that's
one,
what
they
I'm going
just
with.
showed him
Let me
in the
say this.
movie
Okay, let me say
actually
this.
wearing
Okay.
it, but he's always
Let me say
worn
this.
it. behind
Most people
the
who
damn
watch
mask.
Batman cartoons or the Batman movies, Batman's usually a good, well-dressed man, very attractive man. Robert Pattinson.
What do you mean, Bruce Wayne?
Bruce Wayne, my bad.
Yes.
Bruce Wayne's always been an attractive man, well thought out. This Bruce Wayne is completely different than that. And I
Because
get
it's a year. It's a year too.
I get it. I'm not disagreeing with you. I get it's early on. I'm saying though, for the average person who don't be keeping up with this shit, they're probably like, "Oh, we're gonna do Batman movie." They're thinking we're getting something we already have seen. They're probably like, "What the hell is this?"
Well, and to Kenneth's point,
See, exactly.
look, we got a knowledge from Jen.
Daisy, one of your best friends, Daisy, went and saw it. What did she say? She fell asleep. She thought it was too slow. And it is a slower Batman movie compared to what you've had in the past. If you go from Ben Affleck Batman, where he's chasing cars, doing all kind of crazy shit, to this one, it's a lot more slower
And
burn.
that's fine.
I'm not knocking
if
it.
they want to
It's
watch,
fine, but you're saying what you're saying is it's not Batman.
I didn't
That's
say
my
that's
problem.
I didn't say
because you said if it was anybody, it would be a good movie. Or
I don't-
it's just
this is the most pure
That's
Batman
what
we got.
I'm saying it's a good film regardless if it's Batman or not. If you just told me it was a random person in a suit, I'd be like, oh, it's still a good film.
But can't
Who
you,
would be
can't,
in
you
the
say,
suit?
can't you say that for any goddamn movie?
No.
If it's a good movie,
If it's a good movie, it's a good movie.
yeah.
I'm saying, bro, this movie, I said the movie's a good movie. Is it my favorite? No. But it's a good film. I'm
But-
not knocking it. I've been
I'm
saying
confused because you're saying it's a good film, but then you're saying if the character wasn't the character, then it will still be
it's
a good film.
okay, let's play like this.
You basically what
It's a good detective film.
basically how it sounds is like you're saying it's a good film. However, it's not a good Batman.
For
film.
me, it feels more detective than Batman. For me personally. So
Well-
for me, it's a good detective film.
And to Kenneth's
It's
point,
Detective Comics.
to Kenneth's
that's what Batman is.
Batman's never been that. They may say that when he was established as Batman hasn't been that in over 30 years.
He's literally his
Even in-
nickname
even
is
in
World's
animated
Finest
show.
Detective.
He hasn't been that in film for 30 years. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He hasn't been that for 30 years.
You
in
keep
film.
going to film, bro. But
We're
we got.
talking about a film. The Batman's a film.
We keep going to film,
Batman's
bro.
a film.
We got comics. We got the Batman
Dude,
animated
Wait,
series.
hold on. Yeah, exactly. We had the animated series. We had the Justice League series. Who was the one really solving the clues in
No,
Justice
you're
League?
right.
It was still Batman.
But Batman
Batman
still-
was the detective.
But
and in the shows, in any show, animated or really in all the animated shows, when the heroes are stumped, who do they go to?
Batman.
I'm not disagreeing. I'm just saying this one was different because a lot more slow. But if you give me that plus a mixture, if you give me this detective with Ben Affleck's Batman, where he was doing all the crazy shit he was trying to do, then okay, we got the combination of what most people would say was a cartoon Batman for him.
And the
Or a
other
Batman for him.
the other point I'll make, and Ken mentioned earlier, is that in literally any other adaptation of Batman, he's established. He's not balancing
Yeah,
life between Wayne and
I think
Batman.
that's a big difference
But
for a lot of people.
in the Batman, he's trying to figure, which is why he's having it rough.
And that's a big
well,
difference for a lot
because
of people.
okay, this
They
was
skip it all the
more
time.
of a true origin where they're trying to they're going more into the psyche of Batman becoming Bruce
But
Wayne,
my problem with you is you've gone
or
to
Bruce
me,
Wayne becoming
but-
Batman,
but
vice
no.
versa.
But
Both
he's
of
gone to
them.
me and said, "Oh, you could put this Batman in James Gunn universe."
I mean, you honestly could.
Why not?
And that goes because you're telling me that we have Superman and we have this little Batman that's gonna be able to hang with these characters. This is supposed to be a more realistic take on Batman, right?
I'm tired of the whole realistic thing, bro.
It's
Listen. This is
Hold on. I watched that Joker scene. That Joker's not like a Joker where that Joker looked all fucked up. And not the way that's like a Johnny told me, we did a review on it, we reacted to it. Johnny said, bro, he's supposed to be acid, bro. He's not supposed to just be hair all plucked out and shit. That's how it's supposed to look. That's a realistic take.
Does
But I'm
does
saying
that
if he's
mean it can't have
insane,
mystical elements in it? We have not even had a chance to even get to the mystical elements of anything.
I've seen his Riddler.
And
His Riddler had tape and goggles and put a little tape.
When did Riddler have superpowers?
Riddler had better fits. They didn't give the Jim Carrey
He can
outfit.
go to the Gucci store and get some
but hold on,
Look at the outfits they put him in. The outfits they put him in is a very realistic
But
type
hold
outfit.
on. You also gotta remember when Riddler is established in the universe, he's like, oh, everybody know it's the Riddler. Like in this film, it was more of he was trying to keep his identity secret, so he wore something like that to resemble
Mysterious,
that. Now I can
yeah.
see in future films if he wanted to be more out there. Hey, bet everyone
What you mean?
knows.
You wanna
Everyone
get caught.
huh? Yeah, after.
But
But
my point
I'm
is, Riddler
saying-
has always been one that has like a lot of question marks, a lot of just like Riddler type thing. Like a purple, green, a lot of looks for him. They didn't go that route. They went with a very like realistic, put tape on, use tape for everything.
And to be fair,
approach.
the tone
he
is
also
much
wasn't
different.
Robin Bates and shit, so he ain't got the
Yeah,
funds to
they're-
pull off a suit.
I
What you
think
mean?
like they're all in origin elements, bro.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
even the Joker's way of looking is very much a realistic kind of take. It's not like a comic book Joker where he has a nice slit back green hair or some shit like that. It's a
So
very
he can't grow into that.
Yeah.
His has patches in his shit. His shit's fucked
I'm
up.
saying he
Bro,
probably
he goes-
His shit growing.
He can go to
cra-
CVS and get
He's
some hair
crazy.
stuff, bro.
Well, first off, he's crazy. He might have been pulling that shit out himself.
No, that ain't what we said in that video. We gotta put that video. We were talking.
It could have been the acid burns. It could be him pulling the shit out himself.
That ain't
I'm
what you
saying-
said in that video.
Okay, I'm saying, Javante, well, of course, I've gained more of a mind to approach to thinking, what the fuck happened to Joker in that movie?
My point is, bro, I don't feel like that's Matt Reeves' lane that he wants. First off, he wants to keep his Batman separate anyway. But I feel like Matt Reeves' lane has been, I want to do a Batman that's in a realistic kind of world. It's not supposed to be all like, oh, Batman can do this and that. That's the thing he gave us as people watching it. That's the thing he gave us.
I don't know. I saw.
I feel like his stuff was more like Christopher Nolan.
I saw Batman try to get on a bus and get hit on an underpass.
Oh,
and
no, I agree with
he
that.
got back up and walked off like it was nothing.
But the main part of his movie, his character has been very much. Even when he has to put the adrenaline shot in, it's very much realistic kind of take on his Batman.
I mean, he took a shotgun to the chest.
Even his
though.
Catwoman. Hold on, his Catwoman. You tell me these other cops couldn't buy a nice latex clothes on. She got to wear a goddamn.
But you see how they played off the mystical elements?
When? She
Bro,
didn't die.
no girl is that agile, bro.
What you mean? Girls can be that agile.
So
flipping around and stuff.
You're saying Catwoman is not superpowered in that movie,
bro? No, Jaja, you want to tell me? You see how he changed?
No, I'm gonna say this. I mean, the way she jumped off that damn roof,
bro. Girl, ballet acrobatics. Girls do all the time. They got girls in the Olympics doing that shit.
They skipped over her origin story for a reason, bro.
She's not Alec, bro. Come on now. Bro, girls can't. I'm gonna say girls can't jump and do shit like that. They
Alec,
do.
You don't think
they do acrobatics?
You don't think it was mystical elements?
We're doing Olympics.
In the whole apartment, his whole writing is that.
What's the craziest thing you thought her doing that movie? That made you think, oh, this is mystical. She did basic elusive girl things.
How did she learn that?
Traded? Probably did acrobats. We don't know. All I'm saying, that's realistic though. That ain't no damn mystical.
Well, my point is,
but
Catwoman's origin is mystical, bro. Like, it's no skipping over that. You can't just do a realistic take on Catwoman,
yeah, you
bro.
Can.
Like
I wouldn't even say it's definedly mystical in a way because
Princess Diaries.
Anne Hathaway.
Anne Hathaway had the same thing. Anne Hathaway was lucid and doing shit, but she was human.
But I wouldn't even say like it's completely mystical because even when you look at let's say Batman the Animated Series, like it was a regular person who was fascinated by cats who was a cat burglar, who was jumping through buildings.
Also was killed.
No, they didn't do that with Batman the Animated Series. They didn't do it with that version.
Okay, so that's a realistic. So she's a realistic character. She's not mystical.
But she was jumping around buildings and doing all that.
But
that's realistic.
But
you can do that.
They had mystical characters in that universe, bro.
But my point is, I don't see Matt Reeves doing it because he's established that this is his universe. It's more grounded. He's established that with his character choices and how they dress.
Well, then to me, like, listen,
you can't have Superman flying around and shit doing his thing.
I'm so tired of these This is the Hollywood stuff. I'm so tired of the Batman that doesn't have the mystical elements in it. The most important part about Batman is that he's human, bro. So like he's supposed to be going with Justice League and Superman.
I'm with you on that.
He is a man amongst gods.
But James Gunn's already created his own Batman. He didn't plan for Matt Reeves to come in there. James Gunn got his own Batman movie coming out.
Well, we're in a writer's strike right now, so he could decide to
rewrite
that shit.
James Gunn's he's talking about Matt Reeves.
Because I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna be honest. Andy Muschietti. Look, The Flash was okay. I don't really trust him doing Batman Brave and the Bold.
Now we're forcing Matt Reeves to have to change his writing approach to fit more open world with James Gunn's with Supermans and shit like that.
Not really. I mean, just keep it. I'm saying he could keep his story central in Gotham, just like Batman the Animated Series. Batman the Animated Series was focused on Gotham.
But bro,
Superman the Animated Series was happening around the same time as New Batman Adventures. Did I ever hear about Metropolis in those damn series?
Bro,
no, not unless they did the crossover episode.
They ran across from each other.
Yeah. Even from a look wise though, Robert Pattinson is not that big of a guy, bro. He just doesn't look that. If you put him on screen next to these other guys, you're like, damn, Batman's kind of small. In comics, cartoons, Batman's never been real small. Even Ben Affleck's a bigger guy.
To Javante's point, I will say, I think what he's saying is not necessarily wrong, and that I think you look at the way James Gunn's going to construct the DC universe he's making now. It's much more of that. I mean, look at the title of his movie, Batman, the Brave and the Bold, right? I think that instantly, when I hear that title, I instantly think of it's the cartoony vibes. He said he's going to take inspiration from the DC animated universe and make that into his universe, right? So I think when I think of that, I think of the Batman that's already established. The Batman, you don't see him growing.
Robin.
He has a Robin. It's already kind of been there. You know who he is,
right? I mean,
that's fine.
That's fair.
Yeah, and the Batman, Robert Pattinson's version. I think it's cool that you see that early Batman.
That's its
and I think
lane.
at the same time, I mean, also I think with the tone, with the color, with the lighting.
You hear what he said? He said, "Batman."
Yeah, I think with the color, the lighting, the tone of his Gotham. I think that wouldn't work in Gunn's DC established universe.
Fact, I agree.
Wait, hold on. his lighting, his I
Like
feel
the way his
Dude,
Gotham
yeah,
looked.
Well, no, because I just think that's the perfect way Gotham should look.
It should, but I think
Like
It's
but for what
very
Gunn's going
grounded,
for, I don't
though.
think it will.
It's his universe doesn't feel very
Like-
comic booky. It feels very realistic.
how would you
grounded.
make Gotham in a James
No,
Gunn
I'm not talking about
universe?
the way it looks. I'm talking about as far as just how characters around like portrayal. I feel like they're very much a realistic take. Even the way Riddler moved and the way Riddler got those other people back him, it's very realistic take, which I'm cool with. But it doesn't feel very
Hold
comic
on,
booky.
realistic. Was the man putting riddles everywhere
In the house,
for
yeah.
Batman to solve?
Like in Arkham
Yeah,
City.
it was.
Yes. Okay, so he was doing what Riddler does. Correct.
No, what I'm saying though, comic book cartoon wise, Riddler's always even the look of Gotham. It's supposed to. I'm not saying it has to look like George Clooney's universe with all light up and shit. But what I'm saying is, I feel like the universe felt more grounded, like kind of how Christopher Nolan's was. You know, Christopher Nolan felt more like New York City.
Nah, Christopher Nolan's
No, that
his
shit, I
Gotham
can
was
tell.
terrible.
No, it was like New
that
York
was
City,
that,
it was like
that was
Pittsburgh.
that was
It was
Chicago.
Pittsburgh. But as far as like the people in the universe, like the characters, they felt very realistic to like real people. They didn't feel like comic book kind of characters.
But that's Gotham in general. I'm confused by this. Is what I'm confused, guys.
Go ahead, brother.
So you're saying like the Brave and the Bold, right?
Mhm.
What are you expecting it to be like a colorful like movie or something?
No,
Like-
not that. Just not more of like the tone of the movie in itself, not like how Gotham looks. But like the tone of the movie, I feel like it's going to be a lot more
The Batman we've known.
like it fits more what the DC animated universe has done with Kevin Conroy's
but like
Batman.
you
Are you expecting the Batman where he punches and you're going to hear a pow?
It will be like the Batman we see in the Justice League series or the Batman animated series.
Yeah, I can see that.
Does that make sense?
But where did that Batman come from?
That's my
That's
point.
that's the whole point.
Wait.
Because you're saying like what we don't understand from both of you guys
Uh-huh.
is that you guys are saying acting like these are two different like Batmans. Like
I think,
they
like
look the
okay,
same
like
way.
you're saying the Batman from Justice League and the Batman from the Batman the animated series are different characters when they were both
They're the same
they're
people.
continuation.
No,
of the
no,
same
they're
as
the
far
same.
as the universe they combine them, I feel like when it comes to the Batman Beyond, they're gonna get an actor who's 6'4", who can put some real bulk on himself. They're not gonna use a Robert Pattinson who's very limited in how much bulk he can put on. He's a very skinny guy. Even though he gets kind of swole or kind of cut, he's a very small guy. They're gonna use an actor who's bigger, who can put more weight, who looks better next to a Superman or next to a Green Lantern or next to a Martian Manhunter, who looks better next to these characters, who fits more of like what we think of when we think comic book characters or cartoon characters. Big, like Batman's always been a guy who's big as fuck, like big like Superman. Robert Pattinson's not that. He'll never be that. He doesn't have that kind of frame.
My point is he didn't start off big, bro. Like
But Robert Pattinson can't put the.
He didn't come back from the
Even if
training
you want-
with the ninjas.
No, but even
and
if
be
you want,
like super buff.
even if you want to say Robert Pattinson in 3 years, he would not physically look the part next to those other characters because he can't not look the same. He's not gonna be a big dude. He's a small guy. So can you imagine see a small little Batman next to Superman, Green Lantern, Wonder Woman, all these characters? It would look weird. It'd be like, damn, I'm kind of like this is out of place.
Some things don't have to fully translate between animation and live action.
Yes,
Like,
I
when it
want
comes-
Batman,
when it comes
Superman.
down to physics.
I want
Because
Superman,
it is a man
Batman.
amongst gods.
I don't, but yeah, facts. I agree. But still, when it comes to him next to other characters, I want him to be able to look at least presentable and like at least intimidating. If you give me Robert Pattinson, I'm like, damn, Robert Pattinson, I can take him.
See, I think we're missing the point of Batman. People aren't intimidated by him because of his physical aspect. They're intimidated by him because of his mind.
But also, he's a big dude. It helps.
And he's a skilled fighter.
But he's also a big dude. It helps.
But Superman's gonna be afraid of Batman because
No, not Superman. I'm talking about the average person. If you told me who I'd rather take a punch by, Ben Affleck's Batman or Robert Pattinson, let me take that Robert Pattinson punch. I think I can get back up from that.
But-
Ben
I'm
Affleck's
gonna be afraid of Robert Pattinson because he's gonna be more like,
Yeah.
where the fuck is he? And then
but Ben Affleck's a big dude. That's a big man.
And here's the point I'll make also.
Go ahead.
Kind of to about the tones within Robert Pattinson's Batman versus what we've seen in other Batmans, right? When does all the action with Batman happen?
like later on in his career.
No, I mean like literally in the time of day. When does the Batman come out? At night, right?
Yeah.
At night. You never saw Batman in daylight fighting criminals.
I'll be.
Mhm.
Oh yeah.
So like that's what I'm saying. I think in Gunn's universe where he's gonna be teaming up with the Justice League, you're gonna
You
get
see him in broad daylight.
yeah, you're gonna see him in broad daylight. But in Robert's movie, which it fits perfectly, that's Batman. He's fighting at night,
I
striking.
mean, you did see
You
him
missed the
saving
point,
some people
bro.
at the end
As-
in broad daylight.
That's-
But
yeah,
that's the point.
but that doesn't that
No, that's the point of the movie. Batman thought he had to be in the darkness the whole time, and then he came to the light.
And I agree with that. And that's
so
what's
when
great.
you get the sequel, he'll be in the daylight.
I mean, we'll see. I don't know.
Batman, bro,
You'll see him in a sense of he can be like there might be scenes where he's Batman in the daylight, but also just of him being Bruce Wayne and helping out in the daylight as Bruce Wayne, as being that person.
And that's what you get in the
saves
animated
Gotham.
series. You get that in the animated series.
Yeah.
But he's older in the animated
I don't see
series.
Matt Reeves going to characters like Clayface or Mr. Freeze. I just don't see him doing those kind
Like
of
the
characters.
superhero
I don't
aspect
see
of
him
it.
doing those kind of characters.
Because there was a recent rumor that the Batman 2 potentially Hush might be the villain. Me personally, I like Hush. However, I would not put him in the
But
second
why would you
movie.
do Hush?
That's too much of his time.
But think about why are you doing Hush? Why do you choose that victim?
Because
that
he's
villain's
grounded.
very
Because he's grounded.
He's
Yeah.
very human.
No,
he's
but
grounded.
here's why I wouldn't do Hush. Because it would be the same thing as Riddler.
No, I get that. But what I'm saying,
As far
that's
as-
what I'm saying is Matt Reeves' universe. You're seeing the consistency. If he's trying to think about doing Hush, it's because those are grounded characters for his universe. He's not thinking about doing Mr. Freeze or Clayface. He's gonna do something that's grounded that he could be like, hey, here's a
I mean,
real.
he said he wanted to do Mr. Freezer.
I don't see him doing
if
those
he
characters
wanted
because
to,
if he's
but-
talking about doing, if he was talking about doing Hush, even if he doesn't do Hush, Hush is very grounded.
Well,
So if
also-
you're thinking with that, you can do Joker the same way. Joker, Hush, Riddler, those are Two-Face even.
I
Those
feel
are
like-
all grounded.
I feel like we have three different arguments going on right now.
We really do.
I'm in on the grounded thing. I'm talking about the grounded as far as Batman being
But
grounded.
let me ask you, what's your definitive Batman? Like, what is Batman to you when someone brings up Batman?
I don't know, it's a hard way to put it. I do like the detective thing. I think Ben Affleck probably would give me the best of both worlds at the time before the Robert Pattinson. Robert Pattinson definitely gives you more detective, but for me, Ben Affleck I think gave me a little bit of everything I wanted.
This is what I'm confused about the Ben Affleck thing. I'm gonna be real right now.
Go ahead.
I didn't see him as Batman. Want to know why?
Why?
Because from my point of view, when everybody brings up like Ben Affleck's Batman, they all just go to the physical aspect. And the only scene where I feel like he was actually intimidating to me is when in the extended cut scene where he was in that house and then he was like on top of the thing and then the police officers came in.
Well,
Like,
I
that's
also
the only
say
part.
I liked his voice better. Than we also come from Christopher Nolan. I hate that Christian Bale voice, so he gave me a better voice.
Yeah, he got a good
I like the
voice.
look better. He had a better. I like the costume a lot better. The smaller Batman and stuff, the smaller ears, and I liked Ben Affleck. I thought his Bruce Wayne. I really liked his Bruce Wayne as well.
So, like it's Bruce Wayne more.
His Bruce Wayne sold me, and then his Batman. I fucked with his Batman, but his Batman also, be fair, his Batman was taking place with a Superman that was supposed to be Man of Steel too. So it's pretty much like it's not his own Batman. Now, if I always say that Ben Affleck, DeAndre was one of the people.
Well-
if Ben Affleck got to direct that Batman movie he wanted
Yeah.
to, we'd be looking at him a little differently.
But
He didn't really get a
that's
chance to have
my
his own
point.
time.
But even the Batman, like Ben Affleck's Batman, was an inspiration by Frank Miller's The Dark Knight,
Knight,
Returns novel, which
And I
is
rock with it,
which is a very limited
Old.
novel and a very limited take on that Batman.
Yeah.
So
and that's a very old Batman.
yeah,
But I rocked it. I thought I liked it for what it gave me. If I had to pick a number two,
but what I'm saying is that was based on a limited version of Batman.
Right.
That's not the main version.
no,
of
I
Batman.
know, but then I'm saying there's different versions of Batman we've come to see.
But what
There's
is
different
the
versions.
main
But-
version?
There's different versions. It depends what you like.
The main version is the actual comic book line.
Give me
Like,
Doom. Give me Justice League Doom Batman. That's my Batman right
what
there.
we're saying is like that's like people love that comic book. It's a great comic book, but like that's not like he doesn't have to be the buff Batman. The reason that he got super buff because he was an old ass man and he was trying to like stay fit.
But
with
even
these
if you
young
look at
kids.
cartoons, even in the cartoon Justice League cartoons, Batman's always been a bigger dude. Like if you're gonna he's always been put the pictures up. Batman's always kind of has some swollenness. He had a big chest. He was always kind of swole.
This is why I say the definitive Batman. Kevin Conroy's Batman the animated series, because it was the best of both worlds.
Even he's big.
You offered the brute, but you also offered the guy who was a detective throughout.
I agree, and I think that's what the Batman, the Brave and the Bold is gonna give you. I think that's
I'm not
what
sure.
I think that's
I'm
how
not
James
sure.
Gunn's gonna go for his universe because his universe is based more
So
on.
you think Guns and go for the Conroy Batman?
And I've seen. Look, I like Matt Reeves. Matt Reeves is a great director. I watched how he did his Planet of the Apes. His Planet of the Apes was very realistic take on Planet of the Apes, which I'm fine with. I love those films, but I know what his style is of making films.
My question is like, what's y'all definition of like lean? Because like a lean Batman to me can like be like buff, but like Ben Affleck is like fucking like
Even if you want
oh.
okay, Kevin Conroy's Batman, right? Kevin Conroy. He said Kevin Conroy cartoon.
Also, I
Batman.
mean, physically,
He's big.
I don't know if you even get physically. Can you morph your shape into? I don't think you can
That's what I mean. Like
because the chest. He's like,
No, not that big. No, I'm not saying that big. But Robert Pattinson's like 5'6". He like what? How tall is Robert Pattinson?
6'1".
He's 6'1". He's very lean. He can't really put bulk on. Even like Henry Cavill's Superman, sure he got bigger with the suit, but he could put on some bulk. He was a bigger guy. If you're gonna do a Batman Brave and the Bold, you're probably gonna get a guy who could pull on some real muscle and put on some bulk.
Well, also Matt
But
Reeves,
Robert Pattinson can't do that.
but Matt
What I'm
Reeves,
saying, like-
Matt Reeves also didn't like put a heavy training regimen on Robert
But I don't think Robert
Pattinson. He
Pattinson
wasn't trying.
Robert Pattinson's body's not built like that's where you can get that kind of. You have to. Your body has to be somewhat built like that where you can get that kind of swole.
Should have him train with The Rock for all
Yeah.
season.
The Rock has a
There you
natural.
go.
The Rock's a Samoan. He can get big like that. Robert Pattinson ain't getting that big, bro.
My point is, he can be like a medium size, bro. He don't got to
But
be
the
like
problem
Ben
is you have to
Affleck
make
size,
sure it
bro.
looks right next to these other characters you're gonna bring him around, like Green Lantern, the Batman, Superman.
Why does he have to look super swole?
He don't gotta look super swole, but he gotta look at least a par with those guys. That's what it's always looked like. It's gonna look weird if you have on screen. It'll look weird if you have all these guys all swole.
Okay.
and you have Robert Pattinson kind of
let me
kid.
ask you this, let me ask you this.
bro, and he's not like that swole.
Hold on, let me ask you this.
Pull up the
Hold on, let me ask you this.
pull up the Justice League
on.
front page.
Hold on, let me ask you this. Because in the movies, they be having Tony Stark and Cap on the same height and shit. Robert Downey Jr. is only 5'7"
That's
in
different.
real life,
I'm not talking about height. I'm talking about the bulkness. He wears a suit. He's in an armored suit. You're talking about adding muscle. That's what I'm saying. I'm talking about a natural adding.
Batman these days, he having armored suits on in the comics.
He don't wear that
stuff,
shit,
bro.
but so often. That ain't the damn Batman
For
was.
so often, right? For
Yeah, but
I mean,
certain
you can-
reasons,
how
against
elusive
certain-
can Batman be with that damn big ass robot suit on?
For
I mean-
certain reasons, not the big robot suit. I'm saying like he's implementing like actual like technology with his suit. He's not just wearing like the.
I mean, just look at
Look,
the
perfect example
like
here.
the recent anime movies.
I was about to say the new DC
the new
52.
52.
The
He
52.
actually kind of
He's
looks a
not
little
that-
slender.
In what?
Yeah.
In what?
Like the new
That's
52.
The new 52.
Okay, new feature.
He kind of looks a little slender
Okay.
next to Superman.
Let's go to our classic Justice League, right? I'm not saying he has to be this big, but
They made everybody fucking bigger.
That's
than
the
Every
point,
guy
but
looked like
everybody
that.
Everybody looks up to par with everybody.
They made Jon Stewart look huge
Why can't
as
John
fuck.
be big?
I'm saying they made everybody. John was
That's
big.
just the animation.
The random
style.
civilians look that
I
big.
like the way everybody's very on tune with each other. Everybody looks like a superhero. Everybody looks
Well,
a
yeah,
par.
pull up the new 52 movies.
I put new 52. Let's see. I hate those outfits they wear too. I hate the suits.
The new 52?
I like Superman.
I didn't really like the. Yeah, I didn't like the Superman long sleeve turtleneck.
Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah.
That was not mine.
Even in the new animated movies, he's not that.
Yeah, he's not big like
Yes,
that.
Long Halloween.
Yeah,
Part
Long
1 and 2.
Halloween.
Look at how he looks.
Slender dude.
All right, they're all slender right here though. So even this right here, this still goes to my point. Everybody looks the same. Sorry, guys. Okay.
We ain't talking about the.
Everybody has the same kind of look.
I was talking about the movies, but
Yeah, I'm talking about the animated.
the anime movies.
Oh, the movie. Okay.
Yeah.
My bad. I should have forget to pull this stuff up. Let me see this. Even there, everybody has a certain levels of. Everybody's a same kind
But
of.
look at how Batman looks to
But look
Superman.
at how Aquaman and Superman look. But Superman should be the biggest. But everybody else look up to par with.
But what is Aquaman?
Oh, Superman looks way more buff though.
Yeah, you could tell with the
Superman's
yeah, you
not,
could
but
tell.
everybody else has to be up par. Aquaman's part human,
But he's Atlantean too.
but he's also human.
Batman's full human.
Okay, Green Lantern
He's human.
looks up to par.
Wait, let me see.
He's human.
Green Lantern.
He kind of looks slender compared to Superman.
To Superman. Okay, everybody looks similar to
Bro.
Superman.
That's
but
my point.
Green Lantern got that space Gatorade. Bro.
I'm talking about the team as a whole, though, bro. As a whole, I want everybody to look somewhat apart. Not saying that Superman can stand out amongst the rest, but Green Lantern need to be the same size. I need Flash to be around the same size.
So you're saying that he
Flash
does.
could be Flash could be the slimmest.
So you're agreeing with us then? You're saying that he doesn't have to be a super buff.
No, he don't have to be super buff like Superman.
It just
I'm not
has
saying
to
that.
be balanced.
He just has to be balanced with the rest of the
Okay,
team.
well,
And I
that's-
don't know, bro. Let's be honest. If James Gunn's casting these people going forward, he might want. He not
Well-
going Robert Pattinson. Robert Pattinson was better before he got.
Well,
there.
let's see also because David Cornsweet, like I don't think he's ever gonna look like Henry Cavill fucking
Doesn't
Jack
have
for
to.
Superman. But I think sure
How
he'll
tall
look.
is he though? I think he's tall. He's like what, 6'3"?
He's like 6'3", 6'4".
He's like 6'4", so he's already a taller guy.
Okay.
Taller than Henry Cavill was.
Okay.
Even if he can't put on the weight, he's gonna still be big because he's a bigger dude, like tall. You put on a decent. He say he puts on half the weight Henry Cavill could put on, but he has that height. It's still gonna look good on screen.
See, we all agree at the end.
We do agree.
Again, just like the Star Wars,
They want
but
to do it
yeah.
for the content.
But since we on
What's your next topic?
since we on DC, we'll do the last two, DC and Marvel. So DC apparently they're
Save us for
rebooting.
last. Best for last.
Yeah. Okay, I don't know. You want to hear what I gotta say about Marvel?
I'm
But
already
anyway-
ready.
But anyway, DC apparently they're rebooting all the characters. So Wonder Woman's no longer. I saw a recent report Variety put out. Wonder Woman's got to go. She's gone. Ezra Miller's Flash is gone. Henry Cavill Superman, which we've known for months, is gone. And now Ben Affleck's Batman. And then there's also a rumor of Jason Momoa playing Lobo in the future, which
I think that fits
cool
him.
with that.
Kinda
Yeah,
obvious
that
at
fits
this
him better
point.
than
Yeah.
Aquaman.
for sure. Even though I would give him like credit for Aquaman and like
Hell no.
because when he was first cast, I was like, I don't see him as Aquaman just because of how Aquaman's look in the comic. And people always talk about Aquaman being like that lesser character in the Justice League. Like he always looked goofy and everything.
That's the point. Though.
And Jason Momoa, he made him cool.
But
he made Aquaman
wasn't
cool.
Aquaman,
Didn't
though. He
need
just
to,
looked the part.
but he made him cool.
He just looked the part that he wasn't actually Aquaman. We gotta get to that's another thing we gotta get back to. Like when it comes to like some of these characters are made to look goofy, they just still look goofy kind of. And I don't think Aquaman ever looked goofy. But like same with Superman. People say Superman's kind of corny because he's always like, but that's who he should be. That's who the character was created as. I hope they keep those characters. I know we're not get off topic. I know we're going to don't stop that man steal shit. I'm not trying to get off topic. I'm just saying because he brought how Aquaman, didn't look the part. That's why he brought Jason Momoa. But that's one thing about DC's character. They gotta keep them to what they were created as. Aquaman's outfit was cool.
Right,
him being kind of a cornball was cool.
Which means they need to be mystical.
Who?
They need to be mystical characters.
Oh yeah, I agree. I'm not against that. I'm just against the damn bringing Robert Pattinson's ass over there. Just get the new Batman. Keep Robert Pattinson shit on the side.
I don't mind them bringing a new Batman. I don't
mind. Robert Pattinson do some separate shit.
So at the end of the day, we were all on the same page.
They just want to fight with me.
Yeah.
That's
But-
what
we have to bring the show back. We have to fight.
But
for the content.
But James Gunn is bringing Viola Davis is Amanda Waller.
I have a problem with that.
John Cena's Peacemaker and Zolo Meriduenas.
Problem with all that.
And Zolo Meriduenas Blue Beetle into his new universe.
Problem with the Blue Beetle, but the problem with the rest of that.
Why?
Because you just got rid of all these other people, and you should be. I think if you're a clean slate, clean every slate. Why keep Peacemaker and Viola Davis? That's part of the old regime. Let's clean it all out. I feel like that's kind of confusing in a way for some people, but also it's kind of weird. I feel like if you're at a clean house. You know what I mean? Don't pick and choose. Like if Ezra Miller I thought Ezra Miller might have stayed, possibly because I thought Ezra Miller did a pretty good job in that last film. But the fact they got rid of Ezra Miller as well, as far as his act, I like to see him and his mother. So like I like certain scenes he did. I have a problem with him.
I still didn't want him as Flash after that.
Okay, you didn't want Flash. Well, I'm saying I think they should clear the house with everybody. Like you know what I mean? Like if we're gonna start reboot Viola Davis. We can find somebody. I love Viola Davis. She's amazing. But we're gonna do another Amanda Waller reboot.
Okay, so let me ask you this hypothetically. There's the rumor Marvel was in a soft reboot, right?
Change the topic.
No, I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
That's actually my next topic, but go ahead.
No, I'm just saying, like, because Viola's killed it as Amanda Waller, right? She's nailed it, right? Would you replace Sam L. Jackson as Nick Fury?
If they were going a complete reboot, you have to. If they told me they were rebooting the whole universe, then yeah, you have to. You have no choice. Just go give me the white one.
I feel you on the topic.
Because you can't keep two people in
the idea of cleaning house.
And that Viola Davis has been involved with those characters already. You already had her involved with Ben Affleck talking to him. Been involved with the Suicide Squad.
I mean, but hold on. We already ignored Suicide Squad when they made James Gunn Suicide Squad.
That's still part of it. Those are canon. That's still canon of that. That's still the characters. There's still some Boomerang's in both movies.
We do not.
Harley Quinn's in both movies.
Okay, but do we ever? Does it?
They never acknowledge.
They never acknowledge those movies.
But those characters are still a part of those films. I'm saying,
and I feel like at the end of the day, and I'm sorry to cut you off. I feel like at the end of the day, we all kind of know the DC EU, right? That's what it was called before. That we just know that no longer exists.
I get that, but
so I think everyone kind of just agrees.
But why are we picking two out of the group? I think Peacemaker.
Well, because I feel like
I feel like that's Warner Brothers saying, "Oh, we know that's successful. We'll keep it." But I'm like, you just keep that shit on the side, and do some side shit.
Well, I feel like the Justice League.
But why not just keep that as like something that we do on the side that has nothing to do with this new universe going forward? Why not just have him on the side doing some other shit?
Because at that point, if you do that, then you're just wasting the character.
You're not. You could keep him on HBO Max.
They did not expect Peacemaker to blow up and be like such a great
But
character.
let's be honest, Peacemaker ain't going to movie. That's an HBO Max guy,
which is fine.
That's what I'm saying. So you can keep him in his own universe.
Why would it be his own universe?
The one with you can keep him in his current universe. You don't have to take him over to James Gunn's. That's all I'm saying.
Why? If you got rid of that,
because you already had you've. To me, it feels like you're picking and choosing where you're cleaning house. I think if you're gonna clean house and reboot everything, reboot all of it.
But wouldn't you say that out of all the issues, it would have been way more issues if they kept Wonder Woman and all this other stuff. Like just to keep Peacemaker, that's like small time fix. Like that, the first season had like
you keep Amanda Waller. Amanda Waller's been tied into everything. She's been tied into everything. So why you keep Amanda Waller?
She was more heavy in Peacemaker. Like if when I say it's a small time fix, it's because like they were already dealing with like alien stuff, like mystical stuff, like in the first Peacemaker season. They can easily explain that in the next season.
If you want to say that, Amanda Waller to me needs to be going because she's been involved with a lot of those other projects. And for me as a viewer, if we're getting a fresh start, let's get a complete fresh start. I like Viola Davis. She's a great actress, but you can't tell me you can't find someone else to replace her.
What do you mean she's been involved? Like
she's in Suicide Squad. She's
Suicide Squad and interacted with Batman.
She's interacted with Batman. She's interacted with Superman and Shazam. She's interacted with the Suicide Squad course. We've seen her interact with. Who else have we seen her interact with? I'm gonna say she's been a focal point of the DC with Zack Snyder.
But if
in his universe.
if James explains it well, because he already said he's going to explain it.
Why
in the
not just
show.
recast it? You recasted Wonder Woman and all the rest of them. I don't think those were bad actors.
Because all those other
that's
heroes had
also-
problems. There were issues with those castings.
Yeah.
Bro,
What's wrong?
Peacemaker was so good. Like, who are you going to replace like with those characters for another?
I'm cool with John Cena staying on TV and doing his thing. I'm
Well,
cool with the
let's
Peacemaker
also
on TV.
because
My thing was the Amanda Waller thing, man. I'm like, Amanda Waller, that could be something that you could just replace that with another woman.
So your
And
problem
go
is
on.
just Amanda.
Really, that's my only problem because she's been tied in with way more. The Peacemaker thing, you made a good point. That's how bad it's tied in. That's fine. The Amanda Waller thing, she's been tied in so much, bro. Let's just start fresh. If we're really talking about starting fresh, why not give a fresh face?
I don't
Because you're
mind.
still bringing some of that.
Well, I'm
it's
saying-
like that's Zack Snyder's just like cancer.
well, I'm saying
You're
because it
still bringing a
starts.
small piece of that shit in
Well,
when
I'm
you bring
saying
Amanda
it starts
Waller.
fresh with the Suicide Squad. Technically,
No, it doesn't.
yeah.
So Harley Quinn's part of this universe.
Yes, Margot Robbie's probably going to continue as Harley
See, and
Quinn.
that's- okay, now I got another problem there.
Personally, I don't see why you would get rid of Margot Robbie considering
Because
she's
she's part of the old regime.
considering she's at an all-time high with Barbie and just playing Harley Quinn in general.
The
Like that's
problem-
automatically
Margot
brings
Robbie's
people
become
into
bigger than the
fucking,
character herself.
She never really had a chance with her character though.
yeah.
We mean.
But she never really had a chance with Harley Quinn. She was sidelined in the.
She was the main character of the Suicide Squad. Her and Will Smith carried the movie.
Okay, let's play like this. The Suicide Squad, she was heavily
why
sexualized
would-
in that movie. Then you go to they gave her own shit to work
That
on
shit
with
was
Birds
ass.
of
Which
Prey,
really wasn't
which
her own movie.
it
That
was,
shit was
yeah,
ass.
which wasn't Harley Quinn at all. Really, I mean,
No, I was Harley
not
Quinn
to
and
me.
shit on men the whole time.
Well, yeah. Well, that's another story.
No, that's facts.
Anyway,
I'm not even worried about getting. That's facts. Even the Asian man at the end was bad guy for her.
But what I'm saying is like James Gunn is a guy who's going to write these characters accurately to how they
But
portray them.
you're trying to tell me you can't
so
find
if
somebody else to
he's
play.
the one that's overseeing, because I think about Harley Quinn in the Suicide Squad. I actually liked her a lot more in that.
She's
That's probably
cool,
one of my
but
favorite.
I've seen it for. I've seen her move. I've seen it for so long. I'm not saying she's bad, but I've seen it. Like it's like poison fruit you're bringing to a new batch of food.
And here,
We already had all that. Why are we trying to still bring some of this shit over?
Here-
It's like cancer.
and here's the thing with Warner Brothers, right? They've had so many mistakes over the last couple years with DC. People will not be happy if Margot Robbie isn't brought back or Amanda Waller because people will look at those movies that they're in and go, those are the one or two bright spots.
So that's every
Yes.
movie though. That's any character. Zack Snyder fans can look at any other character and say, why don't we bring back Henry Cavill then? Why don't we bring back this character? If we bring back Jason Momoa as Lobos, why can't Henry Cavill get a role in the
I
movie?
think there's a huge difference though.
But
Like,
Margot Robbie's been old.
But also-
because you can replace a Superman, right? But you can,
Mhm.
well, like
We
when you
can
look
replace
at
Harley Quinn.
how hard would it be to replace Amanda Walk? Like
Not that
that's-
hard.
bro. Her.
I got one right now. I got one right now
on-screen
for you. I got one right
presence was
now. We can get Octavia Spencer to play Amanda Waller.
Octavia Spencer.
Yeah. She's a great actress.
Her on-screen presence is intimidating, just like the.
But Viola
comics,
Davis
bro.
like that in everything.
Alright,
She's a
alright.
great actress. I get that. She's a great actress. But you can get another actress like Octavia Spencer to play Amanda Waller or someone like that. All I'm saying is there's other options out there. Don't make it seem like it's just that's only character. Same with Harley
Mhm.
Quinn. You can't find me another Harley Quinn.
But also,
Harley Quinn, I feel that's gonna be hard.
but
No!
you also the thing is like what they're trying to separate. They're trying to separate from all of Zack Snyder, like Zack Snyder's work.
That's still Zack Snyder's work.
No, but Zack Snyder casted the Justice League. Like as far as Ezra
Who you
Miller,
think- who you
as
think
far
how-
as Gal,
Okay, so
all
when
of
Zack
them
Snyder,
are casted.
Zack Snyder produced on Suicide Squad.
he produced it, but I don't.
So
think
those are kids' characters what he saw for his universe.
I mean, but he didn't.
Those
make,
characters also have
he didn't-
interaction with his characters.
He didn't make the official casting choices.
But
for
those are his.
characters,
You
but-
don't think? So we're gonna say Zack Snyder had no say in those characters castings.
I mean, he probably had to say like maybe like a yes or a no.
Okay,
like,
so that's still
like
bringing-
I'm okay with this, but
My
at the
point
same
is
time, it
still
wasn't
bringing
him.
on old. You're bringing on shit from the past still over. And then Margot Robbie's great. I love Margot Robbie, but I think it's time to move on from her. If you're talking, okay, if we're gonna say all these characters like Wonder Woman, Gal Gadot's gotten too old. All these characters, Margot Robbie's in her about to go turn her 30s.
Age
that's
is
not
not
bad.
the issue with Gal Gadot. It's Wonder Woman.
But Henry Cavill's the issue,
Hey man,
and Gal Gadot was the same thing. Gal Gadot, they said we're rebooting, want younger because we're starting over, and we want time for these
Nah,
characters.
that's just them
But
that's them being polite to
But
Gal.
if Margot's 36, like let's say she's 30, what, 35, 36? It's 30,
How old's
I don't
Margot
know,
Robbie right
she's
now? Let me
like-
see.
I think maybe 34. Let's put it like that. And you have
I don't think I think
Batman,
Margot Robbie's actually younger than that.
and you have Batman,
Yeah,
who's probably
Batman.
going to be in his upper maybe 45. That's about appropriate age. For
Margot Robbie's
Batman and Harley
33
Quinn.
right now.
Okay, yeah.
We're talking about you're not getting a movie made at 36. So I'm saying, but my point is the same thing we said about Gal Gadot or Henry Cavill. Henry Cavill's how old?
Henry Cavill's 39 or
Ezra Miller's early 30s. You got rid of his
Ezra
ass.
Miller wasn't good, and nobody
I assume
liked
they're
Ezra
gonna
Miller.
put all of them like in their 30s. So I don't see their problem with like Batman
The
can be in his
Superman,
30s
the
and still
Superman guy
have
is how old
Robin.
the Superman guy got? 25?
Corn Sweat? Yeah, he's like 20.
They got the Superman they cast at
And-
25.
And
So when they cast their Batman, he's probably about 25, 28.
No, because
Or
they're
maybe he'll
doing,
be a little older.
they're doing Brave and the Bold, and they're
Okay,
doing with
so
he
he'll be
has
older.
Damian Wayne.
Okay, fine.
so he
He'll
has
be
to be in
older.
his 30s.
What's Green Lantern gonna look like? How old that gonna be? Probably about 28?
Probably.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Margot Robbie's gonna be the oldest person in this casting. You should be. I mean, we're starting over. Let's start over.
But wasn't she always older than the Joker, or was she younger? She was
younger. Technically, I guess, or about the same age.
Yeah, close to.
But also, you got rid of that
But
Joker.
she's younger than Batman.
Let's
so
be
she's
honest.
so if Batman is like 40 and she's 33, that's fine.
But no, but it's not gonna be 33 because we're older than that at the time. But also think about like this.
Oh,
also,
he's 30. The new
okay,
Superman.
30. That's cool. He's about to start filming next year. 30, 31. My problem also with Margot Robbie, her character, I feel like that character has been complete. Like, that's done. If you're going to give me a fresh new batch, Margot Robbie's character had 3 movies of arc, 2 where she was literally the star of that movie.
She didn't really have an arc.
Yeah, when she fucking dropped Joker's
Well,
ass.
I'm saying it because it was changed out in every damn movie. Like, every movie
But
she
even,
switched up.
well, she was already not with Joker. By the time we get to the last Suicide Squad, she wasn't with Joker no more either. So that kind of went
They
on
never
saying.
like went into detail or anything though. It was like
No, but I'm saying we've seen the Margot Robbie Harley Quinn thing. They try to give Margot Robbie her own movie and say, "Hey, Harley Quinn movie, it bombed because it was ass." I think you can jump from Margot Robbie because Margot Robbie's also a different place in her career. She's gotten bigger. I'd rather start with a fresh new actress and get something brand new and go fresh into it. I think there's plenty of talented people out here that can come in and play a role. I don't think we need Margot Robbie. She's already been established. She's been around. Let's start fresh with new characters. If you're casting this Superman's a no name. I never watched him.
I get the point he's making about Robbie, and I can get behind that. But as far as Cena and Davis go for their roles, I have no problem with them coming back in.
Yeah.
CBO
Because one, Peacemaker's small enough to where I can look at it and go, that's not going to affect anything.
Yeah.
And with Viola Davis, I think she's phenomenal. She kills it as Amanda Waller.
She's a phenomenal actress in everything.
And
But
even-
you can't tell me
even-
there's another actress you can find and do something similar.
Even-
Octavia Spencer could be great too.
But
I
like,
would say even like the Peacemaker, like the end scene with like him seeing the Justice League, you could say like he literally saw all that in his head and was talking to him. Because like nobody else addressed it but him.
Yeah.
It's like and he always talks about like, oh, just like all these rumors about the Justice League and shit. It's like he's like so fascinated with them. He might have just saw them at the end, especially with all he went through. He got shot, and all of them were incapacitated. So at that point, he could have been like, oh, you know what? Yeah, all this is in my head.
Yeah.
Thanks for showing up, even though they're not there.
Octavia Spencer's
physically.
53. Viola is 58. Octavia Spencer, I think, is a great actress. Can definitely bring that kind of role. I watch Ma. I don't know if y'all seen Ma, the horror movie.
Yeah, that's
She's
a good
great
one.
in that. Octavia Spencer's a great actress. You can get Octavia Spencer to play the same role and bring impact. Viola Davis is a great actress. You can't replace Viola Davis. She's a great actress. But Octavia Spencer's a great actress too. So my point, I'm not saying I hate it. I'm not against like, oh, it's bad because of the castings. I'm just against. I'm like, let's just start. If you're gonna start over, start fresh with everything.
Yeah, I can get it. I just don't want to lose.
Even
like,
if the Peacemaker thing's gonna be something, that's cool. That's HBO Max. But Viola Davis again, it's like, oh, and Margot Robbie possibly. It's like, damn, bro, like some of this shit's still the same.
I can get behind them moving off from Margot.
yeah, I mean, it could be worse. We could have Will Smith coming over, right?
Shit, you never know.
Yeah.
Well,
But here's the thing, because you'll defend Marvel when it comes to Daredevil. But I'm saying Daredevil.
right.
So think about Daredevil. Daredevil Born Again, they're making that new series. At the same time, they never confirmed or denied whether or not it's a continuation of Daredevil original
not.
series, right?
It's not.
It's
It's its own
not. So,
thing.
but you're okay with them keeping Charlie Cox and keeping
because Charlie Cox is never
keeping-
part of a universe.
and
He's part
keeping
of
Vincent
He was on Netflix.
D'Onofrio.
He was never part of a universe. He was part of Netflix. That's not the same. Margot Robbie's been part of a DC universe before. Viola Davis has been part of a DC universe before. They're not from solo pieces. They're from other universes. They've already been tied in with Ben Affleck. Margot Robbie's had scenes with Ben Affleck.
I mean,
and with these characters. It's not the same.
technically,
Peacemaker was in the movie.
yeah.
Exactly. He's
But-
part of that universe.
But
in a way.
technically,
Charlie
Daredevil-
Cox has never been part of the universe.
Technically, Charlie Cox had his universe. It was a TV.
Okay,
it was
but
a
he's
TV.
never been part-
It was Defenders
He's not
universe.
part of the
but-
MCU though. He's never been part of the MCU, so that's not the same thing. Nice try. He's not part of the MCU. He's never been part of that.
Okay.
So that's a reach.
But then they
Nice try, though,
mentioned
my guy.
not a reach,
mentioned
though.
they mentioned
What you
MCU
mean?
stuff.
Margot Robbie's Margot Robbie has had screen time with Ben Affleck and all these other characters.
Okay.
Charlie Cox has only been on screen with Tom Holland now because he's part of the universe. He was on screen with Iron Man and the rest of the cast. He's just now got in the universe. Completely different.
I mean, they did reference Avengers and Daredevil.
You
but-
reference, okay, on Netflix, but that shit was never actually combined. They weren't the same thing. They're not bringing Luke Cage and all the rest of the motherfuckers over. So he's kind of starting over his character. It's not like the character's coming over completely who he was. He's coming up as a new character. Same actor, new version. Because I'm bringing all the rest of the motherfuckers over.
So you would just want a Peacemaker, just nobody else.
No, Peacemaker's fine because Peacemaker's HBO Max type shit. I'm talking about for your live action. If you're really building for your live action
So-
stuff for movies,
But I'm saying, but
I feel like Margot Robbie's a bad.
Peacemaker will be involved in some live action projects if they.
I don't
if
see him going to live
if they
action.
happen to do Suicide Squad again.
They're not doing no Suicide. Another one?
Yeah.
How many times can you do Suicide Squad?
I mean, there's many different Suicide Squad teams.
Okay, so we don't need Peacemaker then. That's my point. Why do you need Peacemaker? We have a new team.
I mean, if he's alive, you're bringing him back.
Why? You got a new team.
Because he's like the new foundation for the new universe.
Yeah.
So why do we need Margot Robbie for? Why Harley Quinn around?
Because they're
Checkmate.
Hall of Fame actors.
Oh hell no! Checkmate. We don't need Margot Robbie. You can find me another actress out there that's young that can play the role of Harley Quinn. You can't tell me Margot Robbie's the only one who can do it.
I don't mind replacing all of them. I'm just saying I can
understand
understand why they
The
would.
Peacemaker, where I can see where you're coming from. The other ones I think you can replace. I think you can
I
replace.
don't. If they replace them, I wouldn't mind it either. But at the same time, like it's more of like, oh well.
I don't hate that.
I'm also not going to hate the fact that they brought them back because I can see why they brought them back. One, they're talented in their roles, and two, James Gunn has had the
So
liberty.
you want Will Smith back?
Well, I'm saying James Gunn has also worked with Margot Robbie. He's also worked with Viola Davis. He really enjoyed.
Okay,
working
can
with
Will
them,
Smith come back?
Huh?
Can Will Smith come back? He was great
James
also.
Gunn didn't work with Will Smith,
But Will Smith was great in his role.
but he didn't work with Will Smith.
So we pick and choosing.
He's literally the guy overseeing
But
the
my
universe.
point-
He's
okay,
the
my
president.
point-
So if he hasn't never worked with Will Smith,
But Will Smith was great
He
in his
can
role.
make that
He's one of
choice.
the better choices of that movie. Best part of the
But they
movie.
kind of already. Well, that's the problem is that they had the first one and they kind of like
Is Idris Elba coming back?
they soft rebooted it to where they have the second one and
Is
we
Idris
don't
Elba coming back?
know they're connected.
You bring Idris Elba back?
yeah, I'll bring
I mean-
Idris back. Why not?
Why not? I mean, he was badass.
Man,
Yeah.
he was badass. But I'm like, bro, let's leave that shit in the past. Let's start fresh, bro. That's how I look.
I mean, it's like DeAndre said. Like
Let's blow it up.
it's like DeAndre said. I could see why they would want to just go entirely brand new, bring everybody, or start with all these characters.
And Margot Robbie brings back.
But if he wants to pick a couple that he worked with and liked, I got no problem with it.
Like I assume they're not going to bring like most of those other characters back there. I'm
Yeah,
pretty sure
facts.
it's going to be like years on and
But
they
Margot
recast
just
and
brings
stuff.
baggage, bro. She's coming out of Barbie. She's doing her own thing. She's in a different lane. Why even bring that back? Why not just start fresh?
I mean, it wasn't confirmed that he's bringing
No,
Margot
I'm
back.
just saying, like, if you are, why even consider? Like, I would consider, like, if I'm James Gunn, like, I love Margot Robbie, great actress, but I'm starting something fresh. I want to start with no name actors, bring new people in. I'm not doing no big names like that. Think about the Superman casting. How many of y'all heard of him? No disrespect to you, my guy. How many people have you heard of him?
David Corden sweat.
Mm.
I haven't seen him in no movies. I don't know where he's from, but I'm excited to see him. It's a fresh start to a character. Same thing with Henry Cavill, how he was. He was a fresh start to a character. Margot Robbie, when she came into Harley Quinn the first time, was pretty fresh. She had a couple movies, but she was still under wraps. You can do the same thing again. Start with somebody no name, bro. Don't give me no damn big name.
Well, why can't we just celebrate that they're doing the no name stuff and then like just 3 people, bro? Like,
Yeah.
It's people you're gonna lean on her because it's a character you're gonna lean on heavy.
I can't.
Yes,
see
they are. They've always leaned on Harley. Why you bring? Okay,
James-
That was the
James
old
Gunn-
regime.
We're
No,
under James
the
Gunn
old-
now,
Hold on.
bro.
If you're not leaning on Margot Robbie as a character to create your universe, why are you going with Margot Robbie?
James
then?
Gunn's gonna go with what fits his story. If Harley, I'm not gonna force her. He's not gonna force a Harley Quinn movie for the sake
It's not
of
about that. But
shaming his
she's gotta
story.
be a focal point because you're not bringing Margot Robbie just to be a background.
Yeah, I mean, there's
Yeah.
stories you can tell with her.
So
If you're doing Batman, she can be involved with that.
In your universe, Margot Robbie's bigger than the Joker. Then
What?
we're gonna
What?
do Margot Robbie as bigger than the
No,
Joker.
she's gonna be in her
In the-
lane
in-
where she's supposed
She's
to
not,
be.
but
in.
you can't. Okay, see if you see what I'm saying. You can't take Margot Robbie, Harley Quinn, and try to put that in a lane behind a Joker that nobody knows of.
Why not? If
Because people are gonna look at that and say, "Oh, Harley Quinn." They're not gonna look at the Joker and say,
Nah.
"Oh, Joker and Harley Quinn takes a seat behind
Nah,
him."
you see, I think-
he's a phenomenal
the-
actor and he does well at his job and playing in the
But
role.
that's not how people are gonna go into it. They're gonna look at it and say, "Oh." They're not gonna look at Harley Quinn because Harley Quinn's a backseat to Joker. It's not like the other way around.
But here's why they forced their Harley Quinn movie on us. Because one, they got so much backlash for Jared Leto's Joker, which they deserve. Warner Brothers dropped the ball with DC
They've been dropping the
entirely.
ball, yeah.
Yeah. So of course they went and said, okay, everyone likes Margot Robbie's Harley Quinn. Let's give them a movie. But shocker here, DC couldn't make a movie to save their lives. And that's ultimately what happened. Shocker, they dropped the ball once again.
And let me say this also: don't give me that number shit because Blue Beetle did not do well in theaters, but they're gonna bring back that Blue Beetle character. And that movie did bad in
Who the fuck you
theaters.
talking? Who
The
mentioned
character's
numbers?
No, because
good.
Blue Beetle's coming back. No, we're talking about successful rates. Like they're all successful. We know them. Their big name. James Gunn likes them, right?
Yes.
I mean,
successful.
actor wise.
But actor wise, yeah, we all liked Zolo
Yeah.
as Blue Beetle. I loved the
liked
fucking
him.
casting. When he was first casted, I
Yeah.
approved it.
What that movie do in the box office stuff?
Don't matter. I
It's
like
not
the
about
character
the
though.
box
It's what
office.
James
Oh,
Gunn.
now we on top of the box office.
We were never talking about the box office.
So why are we bringing Margot Robbie in? Because she's a big name actor who's
Because
good
she's a
Barbie.
good.
He just brought Barbie. all
She's
that
good
shit
as
along.
Harley
good
Quinn.
actor.
Oh,
She can
bro.
play the
We
role.
can get
And she never
somebody
got
else,
And she's
bro.
still young
She
enough
never
to play
got
the
a
She's
role.
not. She's 33 going. She was 36 by the time the movie come out. 37.
Bro, she is like a Hall of Fame actor. You don't think that she's gonna go into a role and be able to like play her role and not like
No, Margot Robbie's A-list. When she comes in, she got to be top of the building.
I just want to point out the brother from Hannah Montana was like 40 playing a teenager.
And
So.
we talk about him. People talk about him all the time. But let me ask you, kid, be real.
uh-huh.
Margot Robbie comes in the studio. She A-list. If you guys no name Joker, he take a backseat to her.
Listen,
Okay, wait,
listen,
wait,
I'm
wait.
making sure Margot Robbie get all the food and stuff that she
She
wants.
A-list.
Hold on, wait.
Yes.
Hold on, wait. So Margot Robbie is 33, right?
Yes.
And she's about to play Harley, let's say for the 4th or 5th time.
Mm-hmm.
In her prime.
Zoe Kravitz is 34 and just came off her first movie as Catwoman.
That's a 3-movie sequel. Yeah, it's two.
But still, that's what I'm saying. Same age.
But Margot Robbie's also been. We see it before. Also, Margot Robbie's a bigger name than Zoe Kravitz. Zoe Kravitz doesn't do films like that. Margot Robbie's A-list type of actress. So you bring her in. Hey, if she don't like that script, hold on. Hey, I ain't getting enough screen time on screen. We gotta fix that.
No, if she wants to be a part of a successful DC universe, she gonna follow the
Shit.
role.
Hey, you think Margot Robbie was you think Margot Robbie was on board for that solo movie?
Hey.
Yeah, I'll take a solo
Of
movie.
course
Hell
it's a
yeah.
role.
Hey, hold on, hold
I'm
on.
a star.
That's not her fault. The movie was bad.
No, but that movie, but she was a star of that movie. Harley Quinn's not an A-list character when she needs to be a fucking.
You know how you
But
always
Warner
love-
Brothers
hold
thought
on,
that
hold on.
because they're
That's-
ding
because of Margot Robbie's success.
No,
Because
it's
they're
actually changed
ding-dongs.
lately. Harley Quinn has become more popular in
Motherfucker,
like
that's
animation.
gonna be hey, no, Harley Quinn, that
you know
was
what?
Joker.
Javante, you know how much you love that damn Halloween, what is it, Returns, that last one?
I don't hate it.
Halloween Ends.
Yeah, I don't
Okay,
hate it, I
well,
don't hate
either way. You know that scene with the cop and he's like, it is tonight. Margot Robbie gonna come to James Gunn with that bullshit talking about, wait, this isn't how Harley Quinn's been written for me in previous years. And he's gonna be like, well, it is tonight, goddammit.
Yeah, you know what?
It is,
you know what Margot Robbie
it is,
says?
it is
You
in
know
my
what Margot Robbie says?
universe.
You know what Margot Robbie
It
says?
is in my universe.
Margot comes out there. She says, "I'm coming off Barbie. I made over a Billy. Put some respect on my name."
And
James Gunn ain't made money.
James Gunn, you were
All right,
James
we
Gunn.
ain't gonna talk
You
about
were
Guardians
leaving
of
on
the
Kevin
Galaxy
Feige's
3?
name. You leave on Kevin Feige.
Nah.
I do this on my own.
Nah, James Gunn gonna be like,
I did this on my own.
James Gunn gonna be like, you want the Henry Cavill treatment? You want to get out?
Oh, I'm good. I'm not Henry Cavill. I got other movies. I can act. I can actually act. I can
Okay,
be in
then
other
go
films.
act those.
I'm not Henry Cavill.
Universe
But
over here.
also, the thing is, Margot Robbie's worked with James Gunn before, so she understands. She actually liked the way.
In what movie? What's she working with him on?
The Suicide Squad.
Okay. In the
She
movie
liked
that
him.
she's
She
predominantly
liked it in that one.
and she's predominant character in that movie. She has a big key role in that movie.
Yes, Javante, because it's a Suicide Squad.
Okay, so
Harley
now
Quinn is
if
a
I'm
major
Margot
character when it
Robbie,
comes to
bro,
Suicide-
I'm A-list. I'm coming on set. I'm not getting out the bed unless I'm getting me a nice script.
Well, I think Javante. I think
And she's getting replaced.
All right, hey, go ahead and pay up. I signed that.
Bruh.
Go ahead and pay up that bread.
Bro, I think Margot Robbie will realize that, hey, when it comes to a movie not named Suicide Squad, especially Suicide Squad, Harley Quinn's the main character. She's on the front line. Sure. But when it is a Batman movie, yes, she knows her
let me ask you,
role.
when it comes to a Joker, say we get a new Joker, right? Say he's not no big name, just new guy. Does Margot Robbie take a back seat to that Joker?
Yes,
No,
because
she don't.
that's the whole
Margot
point.
Robbie will be like, I
No,
sell
no,
That
tickets.
is the point of
Oh,
Harley Quinn.
You want to know why?
Why?
Because she gonna look at the deal and say, "Oh, I can live actions into this. I can voice act in the animated series that they're gonna start putting out. I can voice act in the video games they're gonna put out. That's big money.
Look,
that's exposure.
I like
She's gonna do
Margot.
that.
I like Margot Robbie, but damn it, we need a replacement. That's all I gotta say. Take y'all Suicide Squad, take y'all Margot Robbie, and get the fuck up out of here.
Man, you trip.
Give me Octavia Spencer. I'm tired. I love Viola Davis. She's great, especially in Air recently. She's great. But goddamn it, we need some replacement, bro. Oh, you know what? DC, y'all gonna keep doing y'all keep fucking it up.
See,
We run the tables off this bitch.
What?
Y'all keep on doing.
See,
You
see how
keep,
defensive
keep
you
talking
get in
that
front of
shit. Y'all keep running y'all
see,
shit.
he's not even arguing anymore. He's going on.
Go ahead.
What's
Lastly, let's
Talking
talk.
about that fuck ass DC.
Oh no, don't worry.
They gotta prove something to
See,
me.
Hey, don't worry.
DC hate came out, everybody.
You saw it.
They finally showed it. So
Hey, I like DC. I've been supporting DC. I support my guy James Gunn. He part of us. He won the
I'm gonna
family.
Photoshop his hoodie with a DC.
Oh
logo.
hell no! Y'all know what time it is, but I can't rock that shit. I'm a Marvel boy.
Let's see. All right,
Shout out to
lastly,
Kev.
Marvel.
Nice. Let's talk about Marvel. Let's talk about the group. Let's talk about the goats in this shit.
Let's
Who's been set the tone for all this shit? Who
Oh.
keeps this shit moving?
Let's talk about the fall off.
Yeah, let's.
Hey, bro, look. After 12 years of carrying, shit.
So this
it's
was-
due to happen.
This was actually funny to me, but this was from Culture Crave, who tweeted this via the Watch Pod. They said Marvel Studios reportedly thought they put out a banger with Ant-Man 3 and were shocked when it was panned by critics and fans.
How you feel about that?
Well, let me say this. Okay, Ant-Man 3 itself, it's not a horrible film. The problem with Ant-Man 3 is it was hyped up to be the Kang story, and it didn't give you. It wasn't the right movie. Excuse me. It wasn't the right movie to put Kang in. Ant-Man 3 is just like Ant-Man 2, which I'm not crazy about. I like Ant-Man 1 the best for sure. But it brought Kang in, and it was the wrong way to bring Kang in. I thought Jonathan Majors himself did great. Kang was intimidating until that end part where they had them ants whooping his ass and all kinds of stuff like that. But I've been said the Ant-Man franchise to me, Hank Pym should have died. They should have killed some characters. Why y'all boys laughing? Y'all Y'all got something to say? Go ahead. Y'all can speak on Chief. Go ahead.
You just
I'll let y'all talk. Go ahead.
no, go ahead.
No, Kane was dope until they had him do the fights at the end. When he was whooping Ant-Man's ass, I was all for when he whooping Ant-Man. I'm talking about them ants whooping his ass. And when he had his lines were all good, I was cool with all that. My problem didn't deliver how it's supposed to.
Wait from the start to finish.
Go ahead. I would offend it. I'm gonna speak truth. It wasn't a great film. It's not my favorite Marvel film. I ain't gonna knock it. Go ahead. Y'all. Go ahead. Got something to say.
I got something to say.
Go ahead.
Don't be a dick.
Look, bro. I think Marvel. I'm glad Marvel.
Also, Loki, I did not like that Cassie recast.
Who? Oh, Cassie.
I did not like the Cassie.
I mean, I like the actress. She's cool and other stuff, but I wasn't with it either.
I was with. I liked
wrong.
her, but at the same time, like in that movie, I was like, okay, I'm kind of surprised by this performance because I mean,
It was not it. It was not it.
Can we at least say this about
I
Marvel?
mean, most of your lines were just saying "dad" throughout the damn movie.
Can we at least say this about the movie though? Can we at least say this? At least Marvel, or a bit about Marvel in general. Kevin Feige and Marvel have realized they've made some mistakes with TV, with movies, and they're willing to go in there and adjust and say we fucked up.
Yeah, who would have thought?
I got people at DC that run around here, put out all this bullshit product, and keep on putting it on top of each other like that's just gonna eventually turn to cake.
Kenneth, I have
Why are you coming after DC? Don't we
Kenneth,
That's
have a new
facts.
regime?
Hold on.
Ken,
For the third fucking time about like,
Ken,
And who is it?
how many times have we had regimes for DC?
Who
How
is
many
it?
reboots?
Who is it?
It's our guy. We gave y'all him. He came over from us. That's
Okay.
why y'all got the
Then-
respect.
then-
Yeah.
then you
Oh,
should be
so
giving
is it me
respect.
and you, Javante? Is that what you're saying?
Maybe. I don't know about you yet. What you say?
Then you should be giving respect. Then you should.
I've said on video, I respect what James Gunn's trying to do, and I think James Gunn's doing a great job. I'm talking about from the past regimes. It's been bad after bad after bad.
Why are we talking about the past?
Because now I want to talk about the past now. At least Marvel's admitting that they made some faults and are trying to fix them.
Y'all see what happened when we talk about a bad anime movie? We gotta talk about like the past DC movies.
Kenneth, did you know for a TV show you need a showrunner?
That's
Well-
crazy.
well,
I did
now-
not know that.
Did you know that, Neandra?
I did not.
Did you-
They
did you know that?
They know if Obi-Wan Kenobi?
But
They know if Obi-Wan?
wow.
Bro, why is it
That's a love
always?
story. That's a
Why
love
does it
story.
always come back to Obi-Wan?
You attack my Marvel, I come back.
but they're playing Marvel.
You attack Kev, we got a problem.
All right, so what do you think about the rumors with Marvel planning to do a reboot?
They
after
need to.
Secret
I believe
Wars?
it'll be a
They need
soft
to.
reboot. I think a soft reboot is needed. Just to reset some things. I don't think everything needs to be rebooted. I think a soft reboot would be cool. If they end up bringing back the T'Challa, a new version of T'Challa, that's cool with me too. I'm not against none of that.
Iron Man.
No. Don't want Iron Man, don't want no more Cap. Those characters have their stories told. They were done beautifully. Let's move on. Let's
But
get
you
the
want
X-Men.
like 40 years of like the same universe of a Marvel cinematic.
That's part of what you're building, yeah.
But
That's what you're building.
But you're basing off the comics that reboot.
You can reboot it after 20 years. We only 13 years in?
Bro, that's almost there.
No, go about 25, 30, maybe 40 years.
Now you're raising it up.
Because you have a lot of stuff you haven't touched on. X-Men can run you for at least 2 phases.
You know the problem is that X-Men hasn't been around. This is my point. So if you reboot it and then you can have like a solid foundation of like X-Men already being involved.
The problem is though, bro,
Fantastic Four.
everyone already loved them Iron Man movies, all that stuff. People love that stuff. It's hard to go in there and say, oh, we're going to start over. I think the investment that we all have made, we wouldn't want to see that. I'd rather you just bring, because it's not like you did all your powerful, like you did your A-list characters and now you're done with nothing. You're done with the C-list and the D-list. You never had your A-list. So you made Iron Man, who's like a C-list, maybe B-list, a A-list. You made Captain America, who's like a B-list, a A-list. You made all these characters that weren't really like A-list characters to the universe now. So now that you get the real A-list, Fantastic Four, X-Men, all that kind of stuff, it should carry you over for at least another 10 years. 10 plus.
I think more of like the reboot serves more as like we don't know what we're doing, so like we're in this time of uncertainty versus this is planned reboot.
And again,
because Kevin Feige, because this is what I saw on Twitter, but apparently there was a rumor that he initially wanted Chadwick, like he wanted Black Panther to be the new lead of the Avengers. He wanted Captain Marvel and Spider-Man to be like his main three.
Well,
his trio.
that's how the cartoons also go like that. Sometimes
Well, yeah.
they take over.
But
Yeah.
the thing is, Chadwick
Passed
passed
away.
and then you decided to kill off the T'Challa, of course. And then
for some reason.
He's trying to get it started.
Some
bro.
reason.
He's trying to get it started.
Some
did
fucking
it start
start
the
that
fire?
shit.
You better start that shit up again.
Can't separate characters.
Oh, here we go. Go there.
But
Keep on
it's all
story.
it's all good. Anyway, and then but you were banking on Captain Marvel being a lead character, but at the same time, like Captain Marvel hasn't really gotten the positive feedback that he expected when he initially
facts.
brought Captain Marvel into his universe. We started out to see what Captain Marvel's going to do.
Spider-Man's on the right track. Spider-Man's on the right track going forward.
Just now, we just got Spider-Man.
Well, because you got rid of all that Zendaya shit, all that other bullshit. You got rid of all that. Now you finally got Spider-Man on the right
What are
track.
you talking about? She gonna be in the next movie too.
No, but not knowing who he is, I think all that everybody knowing who he was just didn't work. I think that was like a big problem. I think those movies the movies aren't bad. I like all those movies. I think they're all fun.
But then you have the Fantastic Four, which they're shuffling around. Originally they cast people for the damn roles. Now people are dropping out of the roles. You had a Blade movie where you only had a couple of fight scenes and just a short.
But at least
script.
they know that
Marshall Ali was on the verge of
at least they
backing out
know
of
that
it.
at least they know, hey, we gotta change that shit. Like we gotta give them credit, at least knowing like, hey, we can't put that shit out.
That's good.
And rebooting that shit. There's other companies, I ain't gonna say which ones, that would just put that shit out and say, go eat that shit on HBO Max. Go eat that shit on HBO Max. Hey, I got it right there. Go eat that shit on HBO Max. Go eat that shit.
Look, all I'm gonna say is I think Marvel after Endgame, Marvel really should have just taken a year off and just said, we're gonna go on a retreat in the woods.
The Chadwick Boseman death really threw everything off.
It did.
Because we thought that was going to be him and Doctor Strange. Doctor Strange could carry by himself, but Doctor Strange, him, Spider-Man, Captain Marvel was your next team.
It threw things off, but they had a resolution that they didn't go for. So
I mean, we all know it.
We can't go.
But Marvel didn't do it.
I'm ready to take the bait. I'm ready to take the bait.
It starts with a hard R.
Let me swim away. Can I take the bait, bro? Because y'all get me started again. I don't want to get in that boat. I'm about to take this shirt off.
No, it's just the magic words we don't talk about.
No, I know. Y'all try to bait me. I know y'all try to get me to. See
what is this y'all nonsense?
They want this content. They want this content, Jen. They want me to go crazy.
It is just...
We've been here for another 3 hours. No. Soft reboot, I'd be cool with, but I don't think nothing hard needs to be done, especially with the early first 10 years, because that's still a lot of good stuff there. If you want...
I mean,
been a lot of bad stuff.
I mean, Secret Wars kind of gives you that perfect opportunity to do the reboot because that's when the world's, with Loki, you see timelines are collapsing and falling apart.
Or what if the reboot just means we bring the X-Men are part of the world now. You're part of this Earth. Instead of like having to try to explain why they got here.
But at that point, you have to pick and choose who you want to bring back.
Well, to be honest, you're already bringing. You got them on. They're still on contract, so you're gonna have to bring them back for at least something. They're still in the contract. The actress from the most previous X-Men movie.
Well, yeah, and I think that's what he was using Secret Wars for.
You're bringing Hugh Jackman.
It was going to be a final send off for the Fox.
Same with Hugh Jackman. You're bringing him back for the Deadpool movie as well, which I'm excited for. So it could be that's like your soft reboot. Like, hey, we brought this shit to the universe. Like She-Hulk, don't hate the character, but I don't know where her place really is right about now. I still think we have to find where she's going to be at.
Do you not think things are too convulsive right now? Like it's too much going on?
I think so. Well, I think that's the thing. I think Marvel... No, I'm sorry.
Go.
I think Marvel realized like Endgame wasn't just like a movie. That was like an accumulation of everything from 2008 to Endgame, right? And Marvel, I think, immediately thought, all right, damn, what's our next Iron Man? We got to get back into the movie. We got to get back on it, push out these shows, these movies, get these characters rolling. And then they thought, with Disney Plus, we can take these lesser known characters, put them out there, and then just tie them into the MCU. But then when you rush all these shows, they don't have the budget like a movie would. You didn't have a showrunner, which apparently baffles me.
Well, that's why I'm glad they're cutting back on the shows.
They had the stupid 6-episode format, and you were rushing so many things, and it all, it was all flawed.
I don't blame Kevin Feige.
Echo, which nobody.
No one cares about. Like some of these shows didn't need to be made.
I blame the suits. I blame the suits that are involved in design. I don't blame Kevin Feige. They're looking at like, oh, profit. I think Kevin Feige's more about the creativity of the process. I think. You
saw that. You saw that from the Infinity Saga.
I think the suits were more about profit. And I think the problem with Star Wars, Marvel has had right now is, if you look at the first couple phases, they're very much great individual films. They're great individual by themselves. Like they stand alone on their own. I feel like lately they've had a hard time establishing standalones that don't need a tie-in anywhere
the continuity
else. And I think also when it comes to these directors they're getting, I feel like these directors, they're getting directors that are very, like, okay, Doctor Strange had my man's in it, right? The second one had
Sam Raimi.
Sam Raimi. And Sam Raimi has a certain style of how he does things. And I feel like they liked some of that, but then some of that they toned back on. So it was kind of all over the place. And I feel like directing, they have to get back on a pace of what the director's going to be, who we going to direct these projects. Let's not keep on jumping ship on who's going to direct projects. I think they've got to get back to a solid base of, hey, let's just make good films and we'll tie them all together when it's time.
And I think also to bounce off your point, I think the issue was kind of the same thing Star Wars and DC were struggling with, is that finding directors and producers and writers who care about the character. They want the product to be good and also, what's the word? Show you the character, right? Because like Star Wars had that problem with some of their shows, and DC's obviously had their issues. And now you bring in James Gunn, who you saw what he did with the Guardians. The Guardians is the perfect example of one director directing a trilogy to where they stand alone great on their own, but also they fit the timeline. And the character development is done so well in 1, 2, and 3 for everybody that it's great.
Who directed those movies?
James, and that's what I said. That's why DC went out and got Gunn.
But even if you look at some of the Marvel shows like Loki, I'll speak on Loki. Loki, I love Loki. Season 1 was slower, a slow burn, but it's a good show. Season 2's been amazing because it's, we already know characters like that. It's been amazing so far, the first 3 episodes. And I think that's one of the shows that they really have strived with. But I look at something like Miss Marvel. A lot of people, something Miss Marvel say, I'm not watching that. But Miss Marvel's another really good show. They've had some really good bangers.
Can I say,
Go ahead.
I think the equal thing between both of those is that there's like a risk in both of those shows, right? Like,
yeah.
But like anything else they try to do, they're scared to take that full risk.
Well, Moon Knight.
No.
No. The thing about Moon Knight was Moon Knight had to explain. I think Moon Knight season 2 would be better than season 1. I think Moon Knight season 2 had a lot of explaining to do to make you understand what the hell was going on. Because that's a character that's very conflicted. If you don't know, you got like, oh, I'm kind of lost. You know what I mean? So I think season 1 was very slow. But I think when they do season 2,
they
Moon
didn't
Knight,
take the full risk in season.
They did.
No, they
I think
did.
season 2 though, when you add another personality. Season 2, I think, could be the one where you're like, okay, we finally got there.
But
I
it's,
think
but it's
they do
not
want
even
to
the
touch on that.
personality that's the problem in season 1. Like this, they held back. They advertised it as like this violent gore show.
Story-wise, it's a great show, though. Story-wise, it's great.
If
I
Kevin
watched those PBS
Feige never
kids.
made that comment where, it's going to test the boundaries of brutality in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, or it's going to be the most brutal show in the Marvel. It's something along. He said something about brutality of it. If he never made that comment, I probably wouldn't hate Moon Knight as much as I did.
Okay, so you went to a different. What would you compare it to? What'd you compare it to? Like when
He said it was
when you heard
no
that comment,
comparison.
what was the movie you thought of like as the most brutal up to that point?
brutal Marvel movie.
Yeah, up to that point, what'd you think of? I'm just curious.
I would say more like gritty.
What was your most gritty thing?
Like the Captain.
Winter Soldier.
Yeah,
Winter Soldier.
Okay, Winter Soldier. Okay,
That'd be
okay,
it.
cool.
That'd
I'm
be
just
it.
curious.
Yep.
Werewolf by Moonlight. I love that series. That's just I love it. I know they dropped it in color now. I'm not gonna watch it. I like it in black and white. It just gives me a certain vibe. But I love that. That's a great one they've done as well with the dark, especially with the dark realm and stuff like the dark universe. I think they had some hits. They've had some misses though too that I think have been bigger. I guess I would say I like Moon Knight personally. I don't think it's a horrible show, but there's been some big misses. But there's been some real good hits. I just think they gotta find a more balance. I think dropping less shows a year is a good start to what we need. I think that's a good start. And I think as far as directing, you gotta find directors that can tell a story, not needing to connect. I think you gotta get away from trying to connect everything all at once. I think back to good storytelling, like the first couple phases, and you're good.
I mean, I'm not asking the shit to be fucking The Boys or fucking
Yeah.
Invincible, but I need
Just
something,
something.
you know?
Well, I think it just depends.
I
Like,
need
okay,
something.
Werewolf by
creative-
Moon Knight's kind of like they got blood, but it's in black and white
That's creative control. Like you're talking about, like giving them creative control, let them do their thing.
to a certain extent. Because I don't want too much. Because I saw Taika Waititi when he got too much control, he went fucking
Well,
left.
that's a whole different.
That's
thing.
what I'm saying. You
Yeah.
get too much control now, we get all the place.
But I mean, like, because from a suit's point of view, right? The werewolf ain't really much of a risk from their like pockets. 'Cause it's just like, yeah, just do that thing. We're just trying to introduce some type of mystical element
it was
to
dope,
the
dope.
thing. Yeah, so it's not really that much of a risk because if it goes bad, you can just be like, well, it's just like a short thing. Like, oh, it ain't really.
Special.
So let me ask you this
Yeah.
then. As far as creative, let's talk about the last couple movies we've had. We have these directors that are very much their own, like they come from their own realm of what they do. Like they have their own style, what they do. Do you think that's what's hurting Marvel as far as what they're grabbing for directors? We look at Doctor Strange,
Yep.
we look at Thor. Even though Thor Ragnarok, people love it, I wish it was a little darker, but good movie. But then we got Thor Love and Thunder. We're talking about T. Do you think some of these movies, because of who's directing it and who they're bringing in, is the problem?
Yeah,
Yeah.
but shouldn't Kevin Feige be more involved in at that point?
Very true.
I think Thor. I think there are three
But,
shows.
okay,
or
Thor, I won't give him a not to knock you off. I'll just get back on. I don't blame for Thor because Taika Waititi came in with Thor Ragnarok and did really well. So he probably said, okay, I'll let you get some more. I'll give you some more control to do that. And then that's when he went fucking left and said, oh, fuck you, Kevin. I'm going to go crazy. And that's when he messed up. But Sam Raimi's one, maybe you could say that for us for sure.
Yeah.
Well, they cut back on Sam Raimi. Like they should have just let him do his thing. Like they did reshoots and like all that.
Yeah, I think
like,
Sam Raimi, I don't know, man. I was like,
I mean, how
it
are
was
you
supposed to be horror.
how are you a movie called The Multiverse of Madness and you stay in one
You only
different
had, what, 2
universe?
universes that you went
That's
to?
plain
Yeah.
and safe.
And I mean, I think there were 3 shows and movies that really broke the back of Marvel and made them kind of go back and go, maybe what we're doing now isn't working. There's Secret Invasion for one. I think that was a show that really broke the TV format Marvel had.
Mhm.
It's that okay, this is not working. I would say Love and Thunder is another one, and maybe Ant-Man or Eternals, because Eternals was a risk.
Slept on.
It was a risk.
Eternals is a good film.
It was a risk though, because they thought, okay, the Guardians were a slept-on team of space heroes. Let's recreate the magic of the Eternals, and it just didn't. It didn't.
Eternals is gonna age better. Eternals is gonna be like how Iron Man 2 is, where it's gonna age better than where it was at the time. Or Doctor Strange, the first one for me.
I give him props for taking the risk though. Like,
Yeah, Eternals got some
Take
dope
the
stuff.
risk.
There are some misses in there, but there's some real dope stuff that can go in there. You could bring that to the future. You know what I mean? I think also the thing also that's been kind of hard for them is it's less. They're like in the first couple phases they were able to stay very grounded, but now that you introduce more elemental, more space stuff, it's kind of hard to find that balance.
And your Avengers were gone. Who were your bread and butter?
Yeah, eventually you have to. Yeah, because Chadwick Boseman passing,
That's
COVID
where-
happened, so Black Widow movie got pushed.
That's where a reboot helps though.
Yeah, I'm cool to reboot for a certain extent. I don't need a reboot to cut reboots 10 years worth.
I mean, it's hard, especially when you're telling these stories, because there's some things.
But Spider-Man,
Where you
there's some good in there.
Well, but that's a point I was gonna make. Like, how are you gonna have a Hawkeye series, and at the very end you have a whole thing occurring in the middle of New York, where the same scene where Spider-Man was swinging at the end of his damn movie, and Spider-Man, and it showed at the end of Spider-Man's Far No Way Home that he's no longer Peter Parker in that sense where like he has that life anymore. He's all about being Spider-Man. So how are you not helping out in that moment?
I mean, that's always been comic book thing, though. Like, we have stayed with my man on Black Lightning. He lived in the same hood as Superman, but Superman never come to the hood.
When you in the same neighborhood like that, bro.
Shit, Superman
Like,
the same.
Superman.
He flies. How fast he fly? He can't go to the hood and save a couple
Spider-Man
bodies?
literally had a police scanner in his room.
Yeah.
Bro, let's be
And he didn't get
real.
no.
When the last time you seen Superman go to the hood?
That's what I'm
He
saying.
doesn't.
Black Lightning could use some help,
Like-
bro. You watch that Netflix series, Black
I'm
Lightning.
talking
but
about like over a 50-year period. He ain't never.
Yeah, that's
what I'm saying.
That's the
For
whole
Superman,
point.
that motherfucker's selfish.
But that's
a 10-second run-in.
But that's the whole point of why characters like still are made, because they take care of that section that Superman ain't
knock yourself
protected.
off this nonsense.
Yeah, I almost knocked my teeth out.
No, I
There
get
you go.
that. That's a good point. But the Hawkeye series got some flaws to it too. I'm not going. I mean, I like it for a Christmas little special, but even
the multiverse aspect, like I think,
but also
like Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse and Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse have done the multiverse better than any live action project has done.
But we've also had different characters for different parts. Like Daredevil takes care of his part of the ring. Like, everybody got their own little section they take care of. Like Iron Man doesn't come out. He didn't come out to help Spider-Man when he was taking care of Vulture. He said, "Bro, that's not on my level."
But Spider-Man was just swinging around
Not
that
the same.
damn
He was the
tree.
same time.
Bro, it's the same fucking tree. What you talking about?
You know the same time period. I'm saying same
What do you
day.
mean it's the same time?
You know the same day.
I think a reboot would help, and like a full reboot. You want to know why? Because like you said, like everything's supposed to be more connected.
You don't got that goddamn full reboot
and,
shit. Go ahead.
And I want to take it back to the Batman. I feel like I'm gonna say this.
Time to get off the show.
Nah.
We call this DC shit again.
Nah. We're not going full DC. I'm just gonna make a
Go
comparison.
ahead.
I don't think we've had like a actual Spider-Man on screen, like an actual like comic book Spider-Man on screen.
We have.
Who?
He's on a screen. If you played a PS5 Spider-Man 2 and Spider-Man. Yeah, that's Insomniac Spider-Man.
Like we said about Batman.
Now look, you agree.
I haven't played it yet.
Oh,
But you agree
No, we
that-
can say that.
That's okay.
Andrew Garfield probably your closest thing to Spider-Man.
Yes, he was, but he didn't get the good storyline. So
Nope.
it's hard to count that.
But that's as far as a Spider-Man
As far as
himself.
Spider-Man,
As far as
yeah.
portrayal,
He gives
yes,
you the most
he was one of the best
Spider-Man-
portrayals.
You
He
know what I
just didn't have the best writers.
That's also Sony.
Yeah.
That wasn't Marvel. That's Sony. Oh, that's MCU. That's Sony.
Yeah, I don't blame Andrew for that, but I'm saying like we never really got like the
Y'all shit on him. People shit on
balance.
Andrew.
I don't.
But no, people
never
shit on him at the time.
Yeah.
Andrew got a lot of hate. Just like, hey, Christian, he got a lot of hate.
I think even though it's that's a bad written movie. That's like one of the best visually like
Which one?
Spider-Man.
Part one, part two.
Part one.
I like part one. Part two's not even bad. I mean, Electra could have been done different,
Yeah.
but
Part 1's solid.
I like part one.
Part 2 is the best suit of any Spider-Man, I think.
But I do agree. I never thought about that. That was a good comparison. Batman, like the Batman, like Spider-Man. I think every Spider-Man's done something different. Like Tobey Maguire, I'm not really. Look, call me what y'all want. I'm not crazy about Tobey Maguire. Like, I like it 'cause I grew up on it. But like, when I go back and watch, I'm like, it's a good film. But like, I'm not crazy about Tobey Maguire.
It's more good.
I like
'cause
the
it was-
villains.
Yeah, it was
That
more.
was tight.
It was more good because like you said, like the villains, everybody was like a good balance.
Yeah.
Like, and it took like it was gritty. It was gritty. It wasn't like your normal like Spider-Man.
Facts. I like him, but I'm like, I look at Spider, I'm like,
I love the Tobey Maguire ones.
So I
But I do like the movies though. I mean, I think
he got some of the best villains.
He
Willem
definitely
Dafoe, Doc Ock. The Venom was kind of trash.
Also,
but Sandman was
also
dope.
his story was kind of like felt true to.
Well, that boy was old as hell.
I
Talking about he in high
mean,
school.
I'm saying
his story fit, but he was too old.
Yeah,
he was too old.
Yeah.
He was too damn too old for
That's what I'm saying. If we can get a Spider-Man on
Hold on, Mary Jane.
because I don't count this new Spider-Man like they're like now he's supposed to be Spider-Man.
I feel like now we're gonna see that growth, bro. I know it took a while, but I think now we're gonna see that growth in that character because now he's on his own. He has his own apartment. He's not living with his aunt no more. His aunt's gone. He has that loss. Think about it, he didn't lose nobody till then. Lost his aunt. He's grown up a little bit. Doesn't have those friends no more.
give him the track record.
He's broken. He's broken, depressed.
He's broke. Yeah, he's broken that.
He's like me for
give
real.
him the track record though, guys. Y'all believe that they're not gonna go into the next movie and Zendaya just not gonna be like straight up like
No.
That's good. That would low key ruin it for me.
No,
Like,
I think that would be like some shit like it was like, oh, there's something there. I feel like I know this guy is Spider-Man, but I don't know him. I would like that bet, like the Mary Jane type treatment
Ain't
with
that
Tobey
kind of
Maguire.
creepy?
What, for her to say? Like I know him
No,
kinda?
no, from him.
Oh no, I don't want him
Like
to do
he
that
already
shit.
know what
He
she
don't
like
do that
and
shit 'cause
stuff.
she's moving on. She's going to college. She's moving on. She's going to
Nah,
MIT.
like he already know what she like. He like, oh,
Well, I mean,
I
I-
know she going to this college.
Well,
so
I like, hey, you know what? He got the best suit.
well, and I
That's the
think
best suit of Spider-Man. The
and
best suit of
that don't
Spider-Man
mean
suit.
he not creepy.
No, I'm
And I-
saying though, like, people, we talk about Spider-Man like this. Spider-Man like, oh, bro, he was under Spider-Man. Like he always had these different suits, all kinds of stuff. He finally made his own suit. He ain't no Stark Tech. It's nice color. It got the blue with the nice shiny blue and the red. I feel like they finally have got Spider-Man at a place where he's matured. He's ready to take over and be one of the Avengers. Because in part 2, he wasn't ready
We
to be no
gotta
Avenger.
see if they take the risk because
Yeah.
they're Marvel is very good at doing post credit.
But that's Sony too. Don't forget, that's Sony also. That's Sony and Marvel.
Yeah, they're very good at like giving you little teasers, making your mind like go crazy,
Hey,
putting your own plot
Hey,
lines
you're right. They
together.
get me right. They get me hyped up. I be, ooh, ooh.
Then they drop the movie.
Have you watched Loki?
I gotta watch season 1 actually.
Season 1 kind of stuff kind of slow, but it's fire, bro. That's some good content.
See,
I know you.
I'm not afraid to watch Loki. I
Loki's-
know he's gonna
Tom
be-
Hiddleston.
my sister hates Loki.
That's
Why?
crazy.
You like Tom Hiddleston?
No, she liked Loki up until the last episode of season 1
Oh.
See, the reason that I didn't
because she
wanna-
doesn't like the fact that Loki is in love with himself, a female version of himself. She hates
Well, Loki's
it.
like that. He's conceited.
That's what I
That-
try to
that-
tell
that's
her.
like-
That's how he
I
get
try-
down,
but she
bro.
doesn't. She hates it for that. She thinks that ruined Tom Hiddleston for
Nah,
her.
season 2's been fire, bro. I'm Tom Hiddleston's amazing in the show, but that shows me that Loki basically shows me to me that Marvel can still make bangers. They just gotta get the right people involved. They can still make good content. And there's characters that they can still tell stories for. Because Loki, we thought we saw it all with Loki. But I've enjoyed Loki's development as far as this new version of Loki and seeing where he's at. He still has some of that evil in him, but I feel like to me, Marvel can still make good content. They gotta get the right people in the.
That's
in
still
the
hanging
pieces.
on to like an old legacy character though. That's just really good.
But Loki's been they've done changed him.
Yeah,
Think about it, you're getting part 1 Loki, but he's kind of good, kind
and
of
also
a little mixture.
that's Loki from the Avengers movie.
The first Avengers,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's not Loki from like Ragnarok or
Exactly.
Yeah,
So like
it's-
I'm liking that. But I
Yeah.
think there's a lot of characters still talk on. If they're gonna reboot, I'm cool with a soft reboot because I think there's still a lot of good characters. A lot of A-list characters haven't been touched on. We still have Blade, we got Fantastic Four, we got Silver Surfer, we got Galactus still coming. The Eternals are still out there. Like there's so much stuff they still have to touch on. I think they just gotta focus in on, are we gonna do more grounded or are we gonna go straight with the space stuff?
But wouldn't it be cool to see like Tony Stark interact with Reed Richards?
I'd be cool to
Some
see
shit
that.
like
Okay, what if you got that in Secret Wars? Would that satisfy your hunger?
that wouldn't satisfy.
If they give you that in Secret Wars, where you have all these characters
I
on one
want
screen.
a fresh plate that I can eat off of.
Full course meal.
I
It's
don't-
a full buffet.
Let me tell you like this.
See,
I've been making meals since 5 a.m. It's 10 o'clock. I'm not making you a fresh plate. I'll give you a portion of what that freshness could be.
See, that's the problem. When you saying, hey, you want some food, and then you give me a fresh plate, and then you say, all right, I'm gonna go get something out the fridge, and then go heat it up and give
Oh my
it to
God,
me.
yeah, I mean, like air fryer, bro. Yeah, the air fryer shit clutch. No, I understand, but I just can't imagine going back and trying to, because then you have to recapture what you created those first 10 years. And I don't think you can recapture that in any way.
That's true.
But you try to reboot that, I think that's more chance you fail than go forward.
Well, they
'Cause-
shouldn't be trying to recapture. Like they should just reboot and just do.
But people have grown on that now. Think about, I was 09, I was still I was barely going to high school. You know what I mean? Like, that was during a different.
So you can't separate eras.
No, you can, but like certain things, like bro, like this is talking about. You guys, what I'm saying, this is just a moment. You're like, bro, this is like you're like those things are like, bro, I'm still like I'm still fresh with the Iron Man. I still get sad when I see the Avengers Endgame. I'm cool with Iron Man not being around right now because he's not A-list. I don't need him like that.
Didn't he officially die like 3 days ago?
Yeah.
Or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Chronologically.
Give me the
Yeah.
X-Men. Give me the X-Men. Give me the Fantastic. Give me the A-list. You made those C and B-list characters A-list. Give me the true A-list. You got enough X-Men, bro. I want to see Cyclops. I want to see my man Colossus. I'm trying to see the X-Men. And Deadpool. You got Deadpool coming now. There's a lot of bangers.
Yeah, I agree. But the good thing about those characters is when they interact with like the BNC, like it's not just like, hey,
that's cool. We got BNC. We got She-Hulk popping up. We got. Hey, this is how I look at it. We got other C-list characters and B-list characters that need love. We don't need to give Iron Man a love. He good. We need to give She-Hulk, Moon Knight, Blade. We need to give these characters all that love to get them up there.
Yeah,
well, Blade already up there, but get these other characters.
You know, the best way to give them love is to give them good writing.
Fact, I agree. I'm all with you, bro. And think about
so you need to email your best pal Kevin.
Those villains we finna have, bro. Think about those villains we finna have with X-Men. Magneto, can you imagine when Magneto comes? We're gonna be good for 2 phases, at least two. We might get 3 phases of good X-Men
and Doom.
Doom. We got a big war. We got so much stuff they can still touch on, bro. We still have the Secret Invasion stuff going on still too, of course, with Scrolls. There's a lot that they can build off of. Marvel's in a good place. Y'all keep on buying. Go get the Miss Marvel tickets now. On sale.
Yeah, I feel like these are like the voicemails he leaves Kevin Feige.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, we talk a little bit. I got a hat coming. He's gonna be a Miss Marvel hat. It's coming in. I'll bet the premiere.
Hey man, I saw that article. They were talking shit, but let me tell you.
Don't worry about it, Cam. We still on top. They want to be us.
I'm just saying for the fact of, let's say Captain Marvel the Marvels bombs. And it gets shit reviews again. Then we're stuck at a place where, well,
that movie is gonna get. That movie is gonna get.
Huh?
That movie is gonna get.
I saw a Twitter post. They're like, hey, you guys got to go out and support the Marvels, like we guys did, like the Barbie movie, and then like one person responded like, why?
okay. Let me say it here. What's successful for the Marvels? Is it a money price? Is it a certain price of money? Because ability, I don't think ability is fair.
Well,
I would say 1 reviews for sure. Got to be high.
Because regardless, the thing that sucks about the Marvels and with the strike going on, they weren't allowed to go out and promote it. There's probably gonna be no tour.
But the good thing about that though, it worked out because you have Miss Marvel. Miss Marvel leads right into that. So Miss Marvel, you haven't watched still. Miss Marvel's a good show that leads you right into what's gonna go with the Marvels. And you had Secret Invasion. So you had, Secret Invasion, people can say what they want about it. Those are 2 shows that, especially Miss Marvel's actually a good show, that lead you into what's coming for the future.
I would say 800 mil in the box office.
800?
Yeah.
Nah, don't backtrack. It's Marvel.
800's doable. They'll do 800.
I feel like 800. It has to reach 800.
Yeah,
that's fair.
I see the reviews to be nice.
Now, they only gonna get
this
200.
This ain't Blue Beetle, bro. They'll do that. This ain't Blue Beetle. I'll buy 10 tickets. No, it's funny. They'll do 800 mil, bro. Easy. Because I think because let's be honest, Miss Marvel, I really like the girl who plays her. She's an amazing actress. I'm very much into her because she's very much into Marvel. Like, she's a big fan. Really enjoy her character, enjoy her personality. So I think she's gonna be a big selling point. Monica Rambeau, been dope in everything I've seen her in. I like her from everything she's been since WandaVision. Brie Larson's always been a hit or miss when it comes to people as far as her personality. But as far as an actress, she's a great actress. Mm-hmm. Award winner. Samuel Jackson's gonna be great. I think it's definitely gonna hit 800 mil. She wants to see it. Jennifer, you all want to see it, right?
But if the ratings come out and they're not good, you still think it's going to hit 800 million?
Yes. What does Ant-Man do? Let me see Ant-Man. I'm about to look at Ant-Man. Let me see what Ant-Man did in the box office. Ant-Man had bad.
Ant-Man's not comparable though, because Ant-Man's been around.
Why not?
He's been around.
Well, also
didn't Ant-Man introduce Kang, which was the next big bad?
Yeah.
So, okay, fine. What do you compare it to?
But look up Ant-Man because I'm pretty sure it was kind of short on the box office as far as what it should.
And Ant-Man came out before the strike.
And the reason why,
So
but I think also the good thing is that there's no expectations for this movie. That's why I think low expectations keeps it up high because there's nothing you're going like, I gotta go see this for this.
Yeah,
because it's gonna be like I'm going to see
Ant-Man lost sales because it got negative ratings.
And you had Kang. People were excited for Kang,
so it balanced it out. But still,
it did 476.
Wait, how much?
476.
That's what Ant-Man.
God, that's pretty low for
Marvel. Has fell off.
They ain't falling off. Calm down. What we done for recent projects?
I thought it was 700. Shit.
Yeah, giving it a benefit of the doubt.
No, they did low with that one. That was a low one. I only saw it one time. I ain't gonna lie.
So you still want to go at 800?
But look at Thor: Love and Thunder made 760 million.
That's Thor, bro. We're talking about established characters.
That movie had bad reviews from the jump.
But it's Thor. Thor Ragnarok did popped off.
Captain America, Marvel's had one movie, but we ain't gonna say she ain't established. Captain Marvel's been around.
Bruh, you gonna look at me dead and out.
Let me see what Captain Marvel 1 did. I think that did over $1 billion though. But that's because also they had the
it was
Infinity,
also Infinity.
Infinity.
Endgame.
Endgame. That did 1.31 billion. I don't think it's doing a billy. But 800 mil, I think it's fair.
You saw all the bad reviews.
By itself,
first
also,
Captain
it's literally by itself that I think it's never gonna do 800 million. What else is coming out that weekend?
Wasn't there that one Captain Marvel fan that saw it like 100 times?
Yeah,
like that.
he half of that.
Yeah.
I'm not saying. I think it's gonna be a fun film. You even see like the trailers.
Yeah, I did.
It's because you're not expecting it. You're like, okay, solid Marvel movie.
No, because it's a good ass trailer. So I'm just like, but I'm not gonna say 800 million. Like
Shit, he said. I think you do 800. What's the last Marvel movie come out? Ant-Man.
The last one that came out?
Yeah, it's Ant-Man, right?
But that's what
Wasn't
I'm saying.
that-
Like it's getting back to back negative.
I mean, unless we talking about
negative
Spider-Verse,
ratings.
but
Didn't Wakanda come out after?
No,
Con came out before.
before?
It came out December, November.
It was
Oh,
December.
okay.
You guys like that
Yeah.
movie, right?
Con
I didn't
not a
like
bad
it.
movie, bro.
Yeah.
That was a one.
But what I'm saying,
That's a different. That's a different.
Like I was watching the
that was a
documentary.
one-time.
I also do like this. I do like this also though. 800 million is fair because also by itself, no Dune this year. Dune got pushed. By itself, November holiday release during Thanksgiving time. I'll rock with it. I think 800 million. Is
So
fair.
you're saying about this because of the season, it's gonna do well.
Season adds on to it. I mean, Spider-Man No Way Home did over, but it was during Christmas. We got that counts. Star Wars, shit. Star Wars been doing numbers, and they do when did Star Wars
Wait, no.
drop their movies? December.
The last movie was Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3.
Oh,
And
yeah.
that did
right.
and that did money. So yeah, come off a hot.
I
Shout out
mean,
to James Gunn for
I mean,
last.
that was also a good movie. But
It is.
Word of mouth.
Yeah, word of
So-
mouth is powerful.
Well, James Gunn, yeah, Guardians of the Galaxy always has a big fan base. Stuff. I think the Marvels is gonna do pretty well, bro. 3 characters, all different.
I hope it does. I actually want it to. I
It's going-
really hope it does. But,
Don't worry about you. We know you pray on them. You want us to be like Blue Beetle. What Blue Beetle do? Let me know the Blue Beetle numbers real quick. Y'all know Blue
you
Beetle numbers?
can't
Anybody
do
know numbers?
He said, "Nah, you
What
can't."
are Blue Beetles ever look
He said
like?
You can't look
Wow.
up
Come
that.
on now. What the Blue Beetle
Because
numbers?
DC fans not worried about that, bro.
Yeah.
We waiting for James Gunn to do his thing.
Exactly.
Yeah, y'all waiting for our man. We you welcome.
Look, DC.
You got, who did
Hey,
who,
we-
who did
we-
give the sauce?
We
Blue
appreciate
Beetle
it.
sauce.
You know,
Blue
because
Beetle was still a good movie.
Where you get the sauce from?
because
Where you get the sauce from?
he did his thing. He made the ingredient. He went over there, did his thing, and then say, you know what?
Can't fight
I'm
a football game?
You think any other director could have directed the Guardians like he did?
Facts. We're not talking about directing. You're talking about overseeing everything. That's a big boy
Kevin
job.
Feige, you think Kevin Feige overseed Guardians?
Yes. Producer? Yes.
But you think he was actually involved like that, bro?
Nah, he oversees all the projects to make sure, okay, we good. We
Bro,
good.
anybody can put
Let's
a
see-
name tag on something. That don't mean
Then why
that
the hell Zack Snyder shit was failing? Why that Suicide Squad all the movies were bombing?
What you
Yeah,
talking
keep
about?
laughing. You won't.
What
Why
you
the
talking
movies? The Suicide Squad movies Zack Snyder was part of, and all that shit was bombing.
Well,
we be talking about this.
I mean, hold on, wait. If we want to talk about some, though, I mean, Zack Snyder's name was attached to Wonder Woman, but it wasn't attached to Wonder Woman 1984. So I mean, you could take those two
Hey,
into account
Give me
right
that. What you think
there.
this movie made? Give me a number. What you think?
What do I think?
Yeah.
The Blue Beetle?
Ooh.
It was what,
like
130
million
mil.
or something.
There you go. 128. That boy, they making no bread. What y'all talking about, bro?
Do you know why?
Oh, why? Okay.
Because the
why.
universe
Because
was
the
ending.
universe has ended.
Don't give me no. You're not gonna do that because James Gunn literally said this is part of my future universe.
He
No,
said
he
the
said the
character.
character. He said the
Okay.
character.
So that could get people to go see like, oh, I want to see this cool character. He's gonna be part of the future. Crickets.
That's not the same thing. It's
What
like,
you mean? It's a character that's gonna be involved
It's
going
like,
forward.
oh yeah, I'm gonna go watch this
Hold on.
movie. I know that the plot's not gonna translate to the next universe. So
It is translating. It was a damn origin story.
the character is translating, not
The
the
story is
actual,
it's an origin movie. Ain't like he got no damn mother. It's an origin.
but it's not in the same universe.
That's gonna continue. You don't think the origin story is coming
I
over?
don't know. Maybe.
The origin. You're gonna bring his origin story over?
That's like
Hey,
Daredevil.
that's up to
That's like Daredevil. You're bringing Charlie Cox into your new universe, but you're not bringing his origin story, right?
You're starting over. All
That's
right,
what you're doing with Blue Beetle. That's what you're
Okay.
probably doing with Blue Beetle.
We'll
Shit.
see. Hey, y'all better keep that same energy when that shit come out.
But-
Cause I'm be on that ass.
But you know what? Let's also see what Aquaman makes. Because Aquaman's probably not going to make that good of money either. But
Well,
that's
we don't.
because the
But that's
universe
because
is
of
ending.
reshoots. Amber Heard. I'm not seeing.
Which I'm not going to lie. The trailer actually looked pretty good.
Boy, stop.
Like trailer, I was.
Fantastic.
It look. You know why it look good? Because they didn't put no Amber Heard scenes. in it. What you say?
Fantastic. Looked impeccable.
Hey, they didn't put no. Hey, you know why? Wait till you see them Amber Heard scenes. Boo! When did Amber Heard stop popping up?
Hey, they already paid the tickets. It's all good.
They didn't get me. I told you I was boycotting that film. I stand by it.
You're not gonna boycott the James Gunn universe, though.
Nah, I'm a rock-
you
bro.
gonna see the posters. You're gonna see
Nah, I'm
everything.
gonna rock with James Gunn. Y'all, hey, I'm gonna rock with James. I'm
You-
gonna
you
my Marvel stuff back. I'm here, y'all.
You're gonna have a Marvel hoodie on with DC at the bottom of
Oh
it.
no. I'm not going that far, bro. I'm always gonna be a Marvel guy over DC. But I
Okay,
will
so
show
you're
love.
gonna have a DC shirt on, and then
I wore a
Marvel hoodie.
Dad, I wore a Batman shirt when we saw Batman. I wore a Batman
Yeah,
shirt.
you did.
I did. I showed love. when a good product
He
is
wore-
put
he
out,
wore-
And then he walked out and
wore
said it'll be
Marvel-
a good detective film without the Batman.
Yeah, pretty much.
it's a
and,
good
and,
film.
and you also wore a Marvel hat while watching the movie.
You're right,
too.
but I still can show love. I'm not gonna see Aquaman. Though. Y'all tell me how Aquaman is.
Okay, I will.
And the first one was great, so I ain't really.
I'm not gonna
Hey,
so full of it.
I bet the Marvels is better than Aquaman.
You think so?
You want to say that? Go ahead,
I say this. I think I actually might come out of the theater enjoying Aquaman more than the Marvels.
Hey man, we're just talking facts.
with Amber Heard.
What's she gonna do,
What you
bro?
gonna do about the movie though?
Jason, that movie has had how many reshoots?
Bro, she get like two.
Hey,
if she get like
hey,
3 lines, that ain't gonna ruin the
Hey,
movie.
Amber Heard hurt Johnny Depp. She ain't do shit to me.
We there for cinema.
Bro, that shit not had cinema. What 5 reshoots?
Separate the art from the artist.
Marvel.
5 reshoots?
I know the Marvel fan ain't talking about reshoots.
Hey, bro, I respect reshoots for their quality reshoots.
Daredevil reshooting the whole fucking show. What you
That's
talking about?
fine.
Let's talk about
still-
Doctor Strange.
But
bro.
they ain't dropped that shit. Ant-Man or Jason Momoa and them boys reshoot 5 times. They said we're gonna drop it just to put some shit out there for y'all. Go eat that shit up, DC fans.
Hey,
You wanna see it?
they giving us
Yeah,
the
I'm gonna see
cold
Go eat that
plate.
garbage. Yeah, go. Yo,
Well,
shit.
no, okay. Well,
One little pellet on
well,
the plate.
here-
That's what they
And
give
I'm
us.
fine with
Here-
that
here's-
because I know James Gunn on the
yeah.
way.
Here, exactly.
How come y'all can do that, but I can't do that? Well, I do that when it comes to, I know X-Men's coming. I can't do that. Y'all talk shit about me, but when y'all do it, oh, James Gunn's
What are
coming.
we
James
talking
Gunn,
about
the Lord
X-Men?
is
Hold on, but
the
you're
savior.
talking. No, you're talking about bringing characters into a universe that is still going to be controlled by the same people who have been running this universe. We're
Yeah,
talking
you're right.
About, we're talking
And that's
about a
10
new
years worth of,
universe
hold
with a new
on.
person
That's 10 years worth of
overseeing that whole
success. Oh,
universe.
that's 10 years worth of success.
Bro, you gonna keep talking about in-game success over and over again, huh?
Endgame, Alec, Tom, Endgame, we can go to Iron Man 1, 2, the Captain
that's before
America.
Endgame.
You basically doing what Dallas Cowboy fans do
Yes.
today.
Oh.
You holding on to them 90 Super Bowl victories, knowing damn well y'all ain't been shit since. That's what.
And you a Texans, and y'all the Texans. Y'all ain't won a damn thing. Y'all ain't even close to our level, but y'all want to talk that shit. Y'all the Texans.
And that's why we moving to a new city. We about to be good, bro.
Y'all hope y'all got it right this time. Hey, look, real talk though.
We're
I like
becoming
James
the Oilers
Gunn.
again.
I respect James Gunn. I really rock with James Gunn. I think he'll be great. But he comes from us. Just know, everything y'all got, he's a property of ours. Just know that. A lot of y'all know that we
Yeah,
do.
like he wasn't doing great movies before he went there.
Like
bro.
hell, he was. What we doing? What are you doing?
Them Scooby Doo movies.
We were fired,
Hey,
bro.
Hey, fuck.
Fine.
Yeah.
Them,
Hey, what was that superhero movie he
them
did?
Guardians
too?
put
Oh,
them on.
Brightburn, hell yeah.
Oh, I did want to say
Fire.
one thing about the show right quick. Oh, not about the show, but I want to say one thing. I think also going forward, Disney Plus, I don't know if y'all watched the Goosebumps show.
Is it good?
It's really good. I really enjoy it.
Is
I
it
don't know if
really
you want-
horror or is it
No,
like...
it's like, oh yeah, it's really horror. It feels like old school, like the Goosebumps books.
Okay.
Gives you a lot of that kind of vibe. Not like completely scared, but like there's some real like,
Okay.
oh shit.
I didn't know they're gonna kidify it or like...
No, it's not like the movie. It's not like those damn movies they came out with. It's actually pretty good. It's really authentic to like the old books and like stuff like
Like
that.
the
They do a
TV,
lot.
the old TV show?
Yeah, it's like that. And I will say this. I don't know if Marvel and Disney, Star Wars would do it, but they dropped 5 episodes to start with. And I think that was like a great thing to do because it really lets you get into the story. I'm not saying you got to drop 5, but if Marvel and Star Wars start dropping 3 episodes for the first week, that's a real banger.
How many episodes is in the season?
I'm guessing 8. Because they're going to have probably till Halloween, so probably they had one that drops Friday. Every
Oh,
Friday
yeah,
drops.
Probably, yeah.
So they had 6, then probably 7 next week, then probably 8 the following week.
For
But
Halloween,
if you did 3, I think I'll take 6. You're gonna give me 6 episodes. I'll take 3 at the beginning and get 3 the following week. Because I think it gives me a chance to really dive my teeth into it. I feel like that's the problem with some of these shows.
They're not doing 6 episodes anymore, right? They're actually doing like full shows.
Yeah, like 8.
Yeah.
I love it probably 8.
And second seasons if they need it.
Yeah, that's crazy. Second seasons of a
Wow,
show.
who would have thought?
Kenobi on the way.
See, you are the Cowboys, right? And DC's the Texans. You know what I am? I'm what's the team with one? I'm the Saints. I have my one little ring right here, and I'm happy I have one ring.
Yeah.
I have my one show with Ewan in it.
And
I'm
stay in your
happy.
place, Saints. Stay in your place.
That's
one
why.
ring.
That's why I'm quiet over here. Because I knew the
You know what's
moment.
crazy?
I knew
That-
the moment I spoke. I knew the moment. It was like
That's crazy.
I
They
was gonna
compared
come
that
back
to a
to
Super
Kenobi.
Bowl ring, bro.
Yeah.
Like
It's
comparing
sad, bro.
the Obi-Wan show to a Super Bowl ring.
it's a ring.
Nah,
It's a ring at the end of the day.
Sheesh.
that's like a
Hey,
playoff entry.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I
Hey,
don't want like a Kenobi show, bro, but
that's like a Baltimore Ravens winning the preseason over and over again.
DeAndre,
Thinking it hype and then
They get
like,
hyped. Yep.
How many-
Undefeated in preseason?
how many rings do the Dolphins have?
Oh,
I'm pretty sure we got more than the Saints. 3 total, correct?
All right, call the
Oh yeah,
call the bodyguard in here.
before when the Cowboys were good. That's right. Okay.
Oh, right.
Okay, so before when the Cowboys were
Well,
good. Okay.
last time I checked, whose team is 5-1 and who's below 500?
Derek Carr's the GOAT.
Hey, we're
Derek
talking
Carr's
about
the
the
GOAT.
past. We're talking about the past over here.
here.
Hey, we don't went left. See? We don't went left. Beef is coming.
We need security.
But anyway, look, I will say Aquaman. I actually am excited for that one. No, I'm saying I will watch. I'm not.
I see that laser. I see that James want to put that laser.
Excited. Okay, yeah, the transform at me. Excited is the wrong word. I am intrigued by it based on the trailer because I actually did think it looked pretty good. And I'm actually confused by like some of the stuff that's been around the movie. Like there was a report like people walked out of the damn screening for it, and I'm just like, I can imagine.
You know, last time he told me this.
Paid Marvel fans.
Yeah, paid Marvel. That's right.
Oh,
It
really?
must be scripted.
Yeah,
You saw the trailer. You thought it was a bad trailer.
They said
Did you watch the
hold on.
trailer?
Yeah, I did. Hold on. Black Adam had a great trailer too. How y'all feel about that movie?
But like Adam's trailer was not comparable to.
Oh, go back and watch our DC launch video with Jai was on there.
He got him there.
Oh, this shit look tight.
He got
Let
him.
him play you. Look at you. Play you. Look at him. Don't let him play you, kidding.
Okay. In my defense,
Oh, now my defense.
we still had a universe at that time.
Hey, this man was telling me, bro, we back.
So I had to sell it that we back. But obviously knowing that we're
The
not
DC
back and
universe
that
is
this universe
Like
is
the-
ending,
like
I
the
can still,
Camden and we back
I'm actually
thing,
coming
yeah.
out with my full thoughts. No, I'm not biased. I'm not biased towards this movie because again, this is literally the end of DC.
So here you said the trailer sounds fire. So
No,
say
it's
that
just,
to me.
it's just, it looks good. I mean, one, I'm a Black Manta fan. I love Black Manta. Like, I think he's a pretty cool supervillain. And what they showed in the trailer with Black Manta, they showed him doing some really cool shit. So,
Shazam was doing some cool shit too. Black Adam looked cool too.
I mean, but I'm not a bit of a Black Adam like.
Bro, I watched the
man,
Black
you
Adam
know.
trailer and I knew it was only like that's the full movie. Like it's a difference between that and watching.
You
the,
think Aquaman's a full movie? That shit has 5 reshoots.
And like 6 different
that's a lot
Batman
of
in
film.
Even the
Yeah,
Black, even the Black, but even when I watched the Black Adam trailer, it wasn't like I was watching Black Adam. It was just more of I was watching The Rock.
But you were all hyped for. You said this movie will be fire. Don't try to change up now, bro.
Again, I would like to state at that time the DCU was still.
You do. But I
still
tried
on
to
and
doubt
running.
it. But he tried to play
Wait,
stupid. I told him The Rock. I said, bro, you remember Fast and Furious?
Hold on, wait. And there was also the sense of hope that Henry Cavill would come back as Superman, which he did for that short time period. But then that was it.
All I'm telling you, bro, look, Aquaman and me is a failed experience. It's gonna be dog shit, but y'all watch. I'll wait till it hit HBO Max.
Bet.
It'll probably be HBO Max next weekend.
I'll tell you what, Javante. While they go watch Aquaman, we can go watch something together.
What you want to see?
I don't know.
Question, what
What even come out December? Right?
Oh, that's December
Yeah,
release?
that's December.
We'll watch a Charlie Brown Christmas together.
Y'all can still watch the Marvel movie and try to get his.
Yeah, we can watch
ticket
the
sales.
Marvels. We'll get to Billy.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
We'll be at Billy by that time.
it'll be like at what, like 300 million? Just get it like 700 more.
Oh, don't worry, y'all come join us after you watch it. See how bad Aquaman. Y'all gonna walk out and come join us. Don't worry,
Bro,
we'll have seats for y'all.
we don't care about box office with Aquaman, bro.
Y'all gonna sit there and watch some trash film?
I mean, visually, it's going to be awesome though.
Yeah.
No, it's yeah,
You
okay.
look at the trailer. It's every hold on, because it's everything that you complained about the first one.
I'm starting to feel like you ain't watched the trailer.
Yeah,
So I was right about why I said.
Well, no, I'm saying.
So I was right about what I said.
No, I'm saying because you talked about all this shit about, oh man, they didn't really explore Atlantis and the inner cities of Atlantis and all that shit. In the trailer, they literally showed
But my
Atlantis.
thing is, bro, when you tell me 5 reshoots and people are not really that pleased with it, and you're just throwing it out there, I know what I'm getting. It's just like damn it's just like
Flash.
Flash. I know I'm expecting like Flash was like
You said the Flash was good.
It's okay. The CGI is bad though. I think Jason they got the same thing with
The CGI in this trailer looks fucking good.
in the trailer.
Fantastic. 10
The trailer
out of 10.
CGI the CGI looked good in the trailer for Flash.
No, Flash.
10 out of 10.
Yeah, 10 out of 10. Stunning. Nah, the Flash had a little bit of questionable CGI.
In the
when you watch
trailer?
Yes.
What scene?
Any scene with him running, I was like,
The runs always looks funny though. That's how that's always been the thing. Nice try.
That's why it was a bad trailer.
You-
We don't
Hey.
do that with
Hey,
Aquaman.
Johnny, you go back. Yeah, we're gonna see you, bro. He can be like, yeah, I'm going to go see Aquaman with you, bro. I'm coming. That ain't never gonna show me. Say, nah, I'm good, bro. I'll wait till you be back next week, bro. You gonna be going by yourself. Wear that damn Aquaman shirt.
Yeah, man, I got it on the website, bro. Like,
Y'all ever hear the crazy rumor though that apparently the reason why they walked out is because in the movie Black Manta kills Aquaman's son, who's just
Yeah.
a baby in the film.
yeah, that's
That
the
would be
rumor
something
I'm with
DC
that. I'm
would
with that.
do.
That'd be kind of cool.
That's what I'm saying. I'm
That's
like,
some
bro,
bad.
shit.
That's just some real
So you're
villainous.
admitting
Yeah.
It's gonna be a good movie.
No. Don't take that straight.
Wait, hold on. What if that's the only reason why he got a shit talk because of them killing the baby?
That's why we have 5 reshoots.
Yep.
That was 5 reshoots.
that was
They
the
decided
only
we were gonna
reason.
do it or not. We kept on
They were
cutting,
doing
going back.
one scene over and over again. Like
It
should we
might.
kill the
Hey,
baby
I
or
say
should we-
okay. Y'all still ain't being the Marvels though.
That's fair.
Brie Larson.
Listen, I like both trailers, but one like stands out more to me.
Yeah, but that had 5 reshoots.
That doesn't matter. The end product matters.
Okay. Well, we gonna come out the show in December and we gonna see if that ain't probably like he don't believe his own shit. He's saying.
I watched-
Giants right at DC. Like, he's trying to talk that shit to right DC. He know damn well he'll do that
Remember,
shit.
I watched the Marvels movie. I watched the Marvels trailer, and I liked the trailer, but it felt like it was more of a TV show. It didn't feel like it was a movie.
We're gonna do the video. Yeah, like, yeah, you know, guys, I didn't really believe that shit. I was talking that shit. I didn't really believe what I was saying.
James Gunn said, in order to be part of his new DCU, I got to support the old one too.
You be like Tom
It's a cult.
Cruise. You be like Tom Cruise talking about the Flash.
The initiation.
You gotta be like Tom
Oh
Cruise.
shit! Oh man, y'all hilarious.
I'm telling you,
bro.
bro, I'm gonna be tweeting that right after Aquaman. I'm like Aquaman.
Hashtag
2
Aquaman 2.
There goes all.
Greatest movie ever.
There goes all the subscribers.
I'm gonna say the underwater visuals, top Avatar, Way of Water.
Hey,
That
That movie overrated too. I've been to
in
that.
Tom
no.
Cruise defense, it's different, having it emailed to you like at your house and having it pulled.
I mean, look, to Tom Cruise offense, all he knows is Mission Impossible. He
You
don't know
can-
no real
you
cinema.
can pause and take a bathroom break. Come
All
back.
he knows is Mission Impossible. He don't know real cinema. He's no Mission Impossible.
Now hold
so-
up. I
That
mean,
is cinema.
Top Gun.
Shit. Okay, Top Gun 40 years later? Yeah, you're right. Top Gun was fire. I'll give you that. But come on now, everything else he's made has been misses.
I know
Jerry,
you
you watch
ain't trying-
Mission Impossible?
Jerry
You
Maguire.
trying to hate on Tom
I actually
Cruise?
did.
You're going back to
man.
the 90s.
Why are we trying to hate on Tom Cruise?
Oh,
Yeah.
so we hating on Tom. If
Bro,
Tom
I've been
Cruise
told
was
that Tom
Iron
Cruise
Man,
will-
you would be freaking
Tom
out
Cruise
right
okay,
now.
bro. He a little overrated. If he played Iron Man and Dr. Strange, like, oh, Tom Cruise my guy. But he was a little overrated, bro. Let's be honest.
So you admit if he was Iron Man, you loved it.
I would
right?
say it would be cool, but I still he's overrated, bro. Tom
Nah,
Cruise
you
been
wouldn't say it
overrated.
was overrated. You would say the greatest actor. of
I'll
all
take
time.
Brad Pitt with Tom Cruise any day of the week, twice on Sundays.
I mean, okay.
I'll take action star. I'll take Jason Statham over him
They're
also.
both Hall of Famers, though. There's not really like a
Yeah, Tom Cruise a Hall of Fame. I'll give him that. He borderline though. He a Hall of Fame.
borderline.
He-
Top Gun gets him in. The Mission Impossible movie started falling off. Is Vin Diesel Hall of Fame?
This is what happens when you watch so
Hold
many
on.
Marvel movies.
Is Vin
guys.
Diesel Hall of Fame? Them Fast and Furious movie be hidden.
No,
That's 10 movies.
I don't care.
Still doing a Billy.
He said, I don't care.
Still doing a Billy.
I don't mean he's a good actor.
He's good for his role, bro. He got family. Good for the role.
Yeah, he's good for the memes.
Tom Cruise ain't good actor. He's good for action. Same thing.
Hey, that's like you.
I don't look at Tom Cruise for no damn real deep scenes.
That's like Udonis Haslam. Udonis Haslam played in the NBA 20 years, got 2 championships. Is he better than LeBron
No,
James?
Vin Diesel's more like Andre Iguodala. Hall of Famer. Resume speaks
Where
for
was his
itself.
Finals MVP? What was Vin Diesel's Finals MVP at?
Chronic. The Chronicles of Riddick.
All right, guys, that's
It's about
No, I'm just playing.
Yeah.
No, I'm just kidding. Tom Cruise is dope. He's goated, but I'm not a big Mission Impossible fan. The new Mission Impossible was okay. I thought it was the same old shit as always.
Mission Impossible is fire.
The new one, you watch the new one?
Yes.
That shit was the same as always, bro.
Bruh.
Fast and Furious 10, Fast 10 was better than Mission Impossible. Now cut the podcast.
I literally saw a Facebook post. It was they said the plot of Fast and Furious. It was like 0 minutes to 5 minutes, and it's Dom on the phone. And then it's the rest is cars racing, and then at the end it's them at the dinner with tequila. That is literally plot Fast and Furious. In a
He's
nutshell.
not wrong
Simple
about
and easy.
that.
Still make a
Simple and
Billy.
easy.
Dom gets a phone call. I'm in.
But we're making a
Okay,
Billy.
Hmm?
Making a Billy though.
Off of bad movies, okay.
Yeah, people enjoy them. We here.
It's just more of how much can they do?
Look, let's get back to the real topic,
can they
DeAndre.
go?
Miss Marvel will outdo Aquaman. I'm saying it right now on this show.
Oh, for sure. It has Marvel behind it.
Bro,
so
we're not even defending.
I'm not
it.
even saying.
Miss Marvel will be the better film. How about that? We ain't talking about color. Let's talk
I
about
don't
film.
know about that.
Huh?
I don't know about that.
Okay. Miss Marvel will be the better film. If I'm wrong, I'll come on here. Nah, I ain't gonna do none of that kind. I ain't wearing no DC shit. I was about to
Listen,
watch some DC shit.
Aquaman, Black Mantis, kill the baby. All right? 10 out of 10.
You know you're all for it. Go and get Zack. All you gotta do is get Zack Snyder. He'll do it. Zack Snyder's all about that damn dark evil shit. He'll do it. That's like
See, I love the Zack Snyder praise. You know,
Yeah, I like Watchmen. Hey, Watchmen's
that's just how you would end the universe. End it with some Zack Snyder.
Watchmen's a great film.
reference.
Just a dark film. Great film though.
That's good.
anyways, Rebel Moon's coming out soon, guys. Make
Yep.
sure you stay tuned
Get
for that.
get them checks. Keep saying Rebel Moon. Get them checks. He has made another 1,000 guys.
Don't forget, part 1 drops at the end of the year. Part 2 drops next.
What we watching here? What's it called? What's it called?
We also getting video games.
What's
with
it called? What's it called? What's it called?
What? The second one?
No, first. What's it called again? Rebel Moon.
I don't know.
Ka-ching! Go ahead. What's the second one called? You know?
I can look it up right quick.
Oh,
man.
okay. Go ahead, Dad. What's it called again?
I don't know, Rebel Moon, bro.
Ka-ching, ka-ching.
Rebel Moon Part 2.
Ka-ching.
Hey,
You
go
get the check.
go ahead.
Every time we say it.
I have
Go ahead,
a limit that I
Rebel
can
Moon,
say.
Rebel Moon, Rebel Moon.
There's a cap. There's a cap on.
That's everything. Y'all
I gotta
ran my
space
shit
it out. I gotta space it out.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
It was a dope show, but I enjoyed it. Y'all
This
was
is
fun to
good.
talk to.
It was good
That's
to
a
be
good
back.
conversation.
Welcome back.
Yeah. This is a long
Yeah.
episode. Shit. But it's all good. I mean, honestly, if it feels long, we only
We talked for 20 minutes.
I know we talked like a whole hour off.
Yeah, it's about like we talked like the first 50 minutes, so about
Yeah.
like 2 hours and
Yeah, not too bad. Not too bad. You know, hey, we getting back to our ways. But obviously we'll try to make this weekly or at least bi-weekly if we can, with new content, especially because, you know, writer's strike, hopefully that ends soon. We're approaching November when the Marvels will come out, so we'll talk about that one
Yeah.
very
Sadly.
soon.
Y'all some haters, bro. Don't worry, kid. We here.
But yeah, you know, it's gonna be awesome. Dre and J, CBM Talks moving forward here at Sour Kids Productions.
Like
you
the
know,
new setup, too. Looks
love,
good.
yeah, love the setup. It's awesome, really dope. Good blend of what makes
Get that back
all
car
of
out
us
the way.
combined. You know, our
Can we
love
get that
for
back car out the
sports.
way, please? Put the
Love
Hulk
for,
Buster there.
Which one?
No, it's back car in the front
Why
right
you
here.
hating on
I
Batman?
didn't kick that shit off real quick.
Bruh.
We had to put the Hulk Buster up there.
You tripping? I also love how they got my boy Reggie Bush up
Give me a
here.
little more Marvel stuff.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
you know, so I like it. I like it. Nice,
I was
awesome
excited.
setup. But yeah, we're gonna come back next week. Hopefully, hope you guys enjoyed this episode of CBM with Dre and Jay featuring Alec and Kenneth.
Hello there.
We'll try to have some more guests down the line as well. Come in, rotate. But we hope you guys enjoyed this episode and be sure to tune in for more. I'm DeAndre.
I'm Javante, and I need to get back to the TVA to save the world.
Or destroy it.
Maybe.
Only,
I might need to kill this DC timeline.
only a Sith deals in absolutes.
I like it. What you got, DC, man?
Shout out James Gunn.
Very true. Shout out James Gunn for the Guardians movies.
Kenneth, you got one more Rebel Moon shout out in you?
Oh, yeah, shout out Rebel Moon.
Ching, ching, ching.
Hey, look, we're gonna have a video game series too. But check that out. We might get some anime. I don't know yet. We're just cooking. Just
Merch coming. Hey, where the merch at?
Hey, merch coming soon. I'm gonna get my pre-orders in. They send me a box, but I'm gonna share it around with the room. It'll be good.
Okay, what streaming service is it on?
It's gonna be on Netflix. Make sure that
Ching.
check out Netflix. Get your subscriptions. They're,
Oh, hey,
they're raising
make
the
sure-
price.
Make
They're
sure,
raising
make
the
sure,
price.
hey, make sure you get the no ads one. Make sure you get no ads. You make sure you tell them no ads.
Yeah,
Also,
get the no ads.
spend
to
that
enjoy it.
$22.
And you can't,
enjoy
you
it.
can't share your passwords.
We
Yeah.
trying to get invited to the premiere of Rebel Moon.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell Zack Snyder right away. I'm like, hey, bro, why'd you fuck Superman like that, bro? You did good with Batman, but you should have done Batman. But you fucked
See,
up.
this is
Superman.
why he's not gonna be allowed at the premiere.
Yeah.
Right? It's gonna be good.
Hey,
We gonna
that's
say
still good. That's still good
you
content.
can go enjoy yourself at Kevin Feige's Captain Marvel.
Shit, you know I'll be there.
The Marvels.
We're gonna be turned up. Talk about the future.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all sit there and watch Rebel Boo.
Yeah, talk about your reboots.
I get checked too, guys. No ka-chings for me. Nah, I guess not.
But real quick, Kendra, do you want to plug in Sour Kids Productions?
Yeah, we're I don't know podcast, and we do podcasting. Work with streamers. I got V Sour too, an agency. So check that out. We work with streamers and have fun. Yeah.
Hey, what's up with the candy? Are we gonna get the candy line, priest? They gonna do it? They gonna hook us up with the Sour Kids?
Legally, I can't say anything about that.
We'll talk off the air, guys. I'm trying to get a brother caught up. We'll talk off the air.
But yep, hope you guys enjoyed. Like, share, and subscribe. Deuces.
Back to the TVA I go.
Bye.